Such fast pill concoction speed! Ji Ling exclaimed. He wasn't some high-level pill master, but he could concoct a few simple spirit pills. There were already a few people on the fourth step, but Yemo was the fastest. The only one who could compare with him was Jiu Qian on step 6. Such fast pill concoction speed! Ji Ling exclaimed. He wasn't some high-level pill master, but he could concoct a few simple spirit pills. There were already a few people on the fourth step, but Yemo was the fastest. The only one who could compare with him was Jiu Qian on step 6. Shen Guanqing smiled. His pill concoction speed never decreased. Although the difficulty increased, so did his pill concoction fire level. Chao Huan pill was indeed the hardest pill to concoct in the heaven grade level 1 pills, but it wasn't hard for Yemo at all. Just when he finished with the Chao Huan pill and about to enter step 5, Jiu Qian just finished his heaven grade level 3 pill and was ready to get on the 7th step. On the 5th step, Yemo caught up with Su Ban Chang and Ji Yaoting as well as level 4 pill King Qiu Nianxing and level 4 pill King Qing Dai. As Yemo arrived on step 5, Su Ban Chang and Ji Yaoting were ready to enter step 6 while Qing Dai had just started pill concoction. They were all shocked when they saw Yemo come up. Although Yemo recreated the Heaven Glory pill recipe, the pill was just a spirit pill after all. But the 12 pill king steps tested real pill concoction capability, and being able to reach step 5 meant that Yemo was at least a level 2 pill king. Yemo chose Soul Essence pill in Heaven grade level 2 pills. It was only medium level difficulty, but Yemo had cultivated many of these pills so he was fastest at them. Seeing Jiu Qian get to step 7 excited Yemo's competitiveness. Jiu Qian didn't seem much older than him and was also a solo cultivator. He not only had the Golden Page World but also the 3-birth chant. If he still lost like that, it would be really unreasonable. Yemo didn't treat the 3-birth chant as a cultivation method. He had some emotional attachment to it. Many of his abilities and powers were derived from it. Without the 3-birth chant, there wouldn't be the current him. But even if Jiu Qian really did beat him, second place was still enough for him. He didn't need to fight with Jiu Qian to the end. Qing Dai just finished her Heaven grade level 2 pill and saw Yemo go to level 6. She was even more shocked. This level 7 spirit pill master was too absurdly strong. He got to step 5 later than her, but he finished before her. Su Ban Chang and Ji Yaoting only refined a few herbs and saw Yemo come up. They no longer had the determination to fight with Yemo till the end. They were also sure that Yemo won the first and second round with his own power. The only thing they didn't understand was that although the Pill King's steps didn't rely on cultivation level to resist the pressure, if one's cultivation level was low then his spirit sense was low too. As a nascent soul state level 5 Pill King, how could Yemo not be affected at all? Even though they were body condensation state, they needed to use a lot of effort to stop the pressure with spirit sense at step 6. Yemo was really grateful to that frog that he cut. Without that purple frog, he wouldn't be able to stand here so easily. Even if he didn't get swept off, he would at most make it to step 4. The two stopped watching Yemo and focused on their own pill concoction. They knew it was impossible to beat Yemo. It was already quite depressing that one absurd genius came, but now there were two. Yemo didn't take notice of the other pill kings, he just watched that level 9 spirit pill master Jiu Qian. He chose the Heaven grade level 3 blue carrot pill at step 6. It was a pill for nascent soul state cultivator breakthrough, so it was not only precious but also rather hard to concoct. The pill might dissolve easily, becoming a pill that just had pill shape but no effect. Blue carrot pill's main ingredient was the level 6 spirit herb purple back blue carrot. Yemo got large amounts of it in the herb garden, so this wasn't the first time he concocted this pill. He didn't feel any pressure when concocting it. Ever since Yemo started pill concoction from step 1, the judges had been watching him even more than Jiu Qian. Shen Guanqing saw Yemo's fluent and experienced spirit herb refining procedure and felt speechless. I wonder how many times he has concocted the blue carrot pill. I really don't know where he got all those high-level spirit herbs. Yu Qichao also shook his head. This EMO definitely has had extraordinary fortune. Otherwise, even if he has the best pill concoction heritage, he wouldn't be able to concoct level 1 and level 2 heaven-grade pills so fluently. This requires large amounts of practice. Up until now, his pill concoction rate is almost 100%. Even Su Ban-chang only made 9 pills at step 5, while he had the full amount of 12. Qin Muxin was swept off step 4 of the Pill King stage now. She watched EMO at level 6 and sighed. Even her master probably underestimated this martial brother Yi. Pill King Qin, you know that Luo Xiaomao? Another Pill King saw Qin Muxin look at EMO strangely and asked. They were disqualified, so it didn't matter if they talked. Qin Muxin saw it was Rain Pill Sex level 2 Pill King Lao Shi, so she quickly said, Martial brother Luo performed so well in round 1 and 2, of course I would watch him. By the way, does martial brother Lao know him? Qin Muxin didn't want to casually spill that EMO was Luo Xiaomao. Lao Shi didn't mind and nodded. I saw him at the Truth Fall Palace. I didn't mind at the time. I didn't expect him to be such a powerful pill king. The means with which he concocts heaven-grade pill doesn't seem like a solo cultivator either. With that fluent procedure, who knows how many heaven-grade pills he has concocted. I really can't imagine how a solo cultivator has that many high-level spirit herbs for practice. Qin Muxin laughed to herself but didn't reply. Yemo scammed countless high-level spirit herbs in the herb plane, and he also went to the Truth Fall Palace. With Yemo's character, could he only get a few spirit herbs in there? At this moment, Yemo's blue carrot pill was finished, and he pulled out 12 blue carrot pills as fast as he could. Ji Yaoting and Qiu Nianxing just began pulling their pills. Yemo scanned their pills. They were both life essence pill. It was much easier to produce than blue carrot pill. Su Ban-chang finished pill concoction the same time as Yemo. He concocted the break tiger pill. It was slightly harder than life essence pill. Seeing Yemo come later and finish his heaven grade level 3 pill at the same time as him, Su Ban-chang nodded to Yemo with eyes full of praise. In his view, regardless whether Yemo could concoct heaven grade level 4 pills at step 7, he was a prodigy amongst prodigies to be able to finish heaven grade level 3 pills this fast. He would be pursued everywhere he went. At the same time, Jiu Qian finished the heaven grade level 4 pill and saw Yemo and Su Ban-chang come up. He didn't go up to level 8 immediately. Jiu Qian walked up to Yemo and said, You're very good. Your performance was catchy in round 1 and round 2, but I'm sure that you knew the pill recipe beforehand. That's why your marks were higher than mine, so in the 3rd round I will show you that I'm better. Seeing Yemo daze, Jiu Qian suddenly said, Do you know how I know that you knew the pill recipe? I thought of it when I saw you use the purple flower flame. No one can use soul flare to refine the components of a level 9 spirit pill. I can't, you can't, even Yu Qichao can't. Su Ban-chang dazed at Jiu Qian, not sure why Jiu Qian said that now. Yemo was shook. He suddenly realized the huge loophole. If Jiu Qian could think of it, so could the judges. How could he make up for it? Seeing Jiu Qian go up to level 8, Yemo suddenly felt extremely unhappy. Before Jiu Qian went up, he sneered. You broke the rules. We're not allowed to talk in the tournament. And you did something wrong. I didn't plan on getting first before, but now you can only be second. Sorry. Chapter 1108.1 No Retreat. Chapter 1108. 1. No Retreat. Jiu Qian paused before saying plainly, When you think you can beat me, you will find that what you face isn't disappointment but despair. Then he flew on to step 8. His tone was as adamant as though he had already beaten Yemo's. Su Ban-chang smiled and said, Focus on finishing the heaven grade level 4 pill, the rest won't affect you. To Su Ban-chang, Yemo succeeded by just climbing to step 7. A nascent soul state cultivator was able to climb to step 7 and concoct heaven grade level 3 pills. This meant that he was already a level 4 pill king or very close to it. Who would dare to doubt him with such accomplishment? Yemo nodded to Su Ban-chang in gratitude. But Yemo wasn't calm in his heart. He knew where the loophole was. The Heaven Glory pill was an ancient pill recipe, the pills they dissected were special grade. Clearly, it was concocted by a pill king. How could an ancient pill king not have rare flame? So, the Heaven Glory pill must be concocted with rare flame. However, he used soul flare to dissect a pill made with rare flame. This didn't make sense. The difference between these two flames were huge. The soul flare shouldn't even be able to refine part of the components. Yemo didn't know if the judges could think of this, but he knew that since Jiu Qian could think of it, other people would think of it eventually. If this news was spread out, he would be publicly criticized. That Mo Yosheng's master Chang Shun Pill King wouldn't let him go, and his enemies would use this to attack him too. That meant if what Jiu Qian just said was publicized, it was putting him in a lethal situation. Yemo sneered. He was originally happy being second, but now, even if he had to show all of his power, he would get first. Now large amounts of pill kings and pill masters were swept off the pill king steps, and there were no more than 10 people left on the steps. There was only Yemo, Su Ban Chang and Zhou Qian at step 7 and above. But Ji Yaoding and Qiu Nianxing at step 6 were about to finish. If the two also succeeded, there would soon be 5 at step 7 and above. Yemo chose the Hollow Meridian pill for step 7. Hollow Meridian pill was the best pill for nascent soul state cultivators to break through to hollow spirit state. It wasn't easy to concoct. Usually, pill kings wouldn't choose to concoct this pill as this place wasn't their private pill room and there was that terrifying pressure. Ordinary pill kings would have trouble dealing with the pressure, much less concoct hollow meridian pills. The purple flower fire rapidly refined spirit herbs under Yemo's control, but Yemo felt that the higher level the pills he concocted, the more the purple flower fire was beginning to feel out of sync. He knew this was due to him rarely using the purple flower fire, and its level being low. Luckily, he had concocted hollow meridian pills before and wouldn't make a mistake. But because he didn't use Miss Lotus Heart Fire, he used a little more time. But this was acceptable. He believed that even Jiu Qian wouldn't have it easy at level 8. He had Spirit Sense Sever cultivation method while that Jiu Qian was only hollow spirit state. Even if he had a Spirit Sense cultivation method, it wouldn't be as powerful as his Purple Eye Soul Sever. When Ning Qingxue saw Yemo reach step 7, she breathed easy. Even if Yemo failed now, she felt it wouldn't affect much. If it wasn't for that Jiu Qian, Yemo would have thought so too. Now, he really had to beat Jiu Qian for him to be safe. If he beat Jiu Qian, even if Jiu Qian said he cheated in the first round, people would only think he was jealous. After all, not everyone was a pill king and understood this. But if Jiu Qian got first and accused him of cheating, he would be done for. He might be kicked out of the pill city, and if that happened, he could only wait for death. If he didn't have a feud with those few 9-star sects and Mo Yushin, even if he was suspected of cheating, it would be fine. He wouldn't be targeted and people would still seek after him. Yemo believed that if he beat Jiu Qian in the 3rd round, he wouldn't bring this up as it would be damaging his own reputation. Such a powerful pill king, I've never heard of this Jiu Qian before. He's this powerful. I think he's at least a level 6 pill king, or he wouldn't be having it so easy at step 8. Wu Tan exclaimed. He was a level 6 pill king himself. Yu Qichao nodded. That's right, this Jiu Qian is indeed very substantial. At step 7, he chose Hollow Meridian pill, and now at step 8 he chooses Spirit Breaking pill Heaven Grade level 5 pill. These are all very hard pills to concoct. Brother Wu is right. This Jiu Qian is indeed at least a level 6 pill king. Sigh, a new generation arrives. Watching that Yemo and Jiu Qian, I feel I'm old. Wu Tan sighed. Lu Wuhu laughed. You don't need to underestimate yourself. You're a level 6 pill king, you've stood at the top for many years. Wu Tan smiled awkwardly. Shen Guanqing nodded. That Yemo isn't simple as well. After releasing the purple flower fire, his pill concoction speed increased quite a lot and the quality of the pills went straight up. It's pretty much all special grade pills. At the 7th step, he chose Hollow Meridian pill too. Judging by his means, he feels no pressure, so I'm certain he's at least a level 5 pill king. Lu Wuhu smiled. This kid really knows patience. He only released his rare flame for heaven-grade pills. Jiling, you even asked me to give him a flame. My best flame isn't as good as his purple flower fire. What shit can I give him? Jiling seemed awkward and didn't know how to answer. I've been up the 12 Pill King steps and I'm really curious as to how Yemo doesn't seem to be affected at all during pill concoction. He's only a nascent soul state cultivator. He's not even nascent soul state tertiary stage. The current 10 Pill Kings remaining are at least hollow spirit state cultivators. That Jiu Qian is hollow spirit state peak stage, but he doesn't mind the pressure at all. Wu-Tan brother is right, we really are old. Another level 4 Pill King judge sighed. Each Pill King has their unique specialty, this is normal, Shen Guanqing said. Perfect concoction of the hollow meridian pill was 6 pills. 30 minutes later, Yemo concocted 6 hollow meridian pills. Yemo saw that they were all special grade pills, but he knew that if he continued to use purple flower fire at step 8 he wouldn't be able to concoct special grade pills. He had to beat Jiu Qian, so he had to concoct special grade pills otherwise he might lose. Jiu Qian's Pill King level wasn't lower than his. His flame's grade rank was lower than his, but it was faint red already. It was a level higher than the purple flower fire. His fire was weaker. His flame reached orange color because of Gu Wenqian's purple flame crystal, otherwise it would be even worse. He suspected that Jiu Qian was a level 6 Pill King. If that was the case, it would be very hard for him to win. Seeing Yemo get onto step 8, Su Banchang sighed. He completely accepted that he was third now. Both Yemo and Jiu Qian were hiding their real power. One level 9 Spirit Pill Master, and one level 7 Spirit Pill Master. Haha, now these two were at step 8 while he, the level 5 Pill King, was still concocting his pill at step 7. Jiu Qian focused on controlling the sense Sha flame to concoct the break spirit pill. He didn't even seem to see Yemo come up as he focused on his pill. Yemo scanned the pill. It was the very hard to concoct break spirit pill. It could allow hollow spirit state cultivators to break through to body condensation state. Yemo ate a spirit recovery pill. Facing someone like him, even if he used Miss Lotus Heart Fire, he didn't have confidence for victory, much less using the purple flower fire. But he had no choice, so he chose the break spirit pill without hesitation. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Yemo wasn't sure if this was the first time Jiu Qian had concocted the break spirit pill, but it was his first time. Although he had the spirit recovery pill to recover his spirit sense, he didn't dare to be confident. This was his first time concocting a heaven grade level 5 pill. It was a huge challenge for him. Yemo wasn't sure if this was the first time Jiu Qian had concocted the break spirit pill, but it was his first time. Although he had the spirit recovery pill to recover his spirit sense, he didn't dare to be confident. This was his first time concocting a heaven grade level 5 pill. It was a huge challenge for him. Yemo was certain he would be able to concoct it, but he didn't dare to be careless. Even so, he didn't decide to take out the Miss Lotus Heart Fire. It mattered too much. The third-ranked Heaven Flame, if he took it out, who knows who would try to take it from him. Luckily he had the Purple Eye Soul Sever, or else he could just admit defeat now. Yemo sat down and took out the Shinnon Cauldron. His mind was focused on it and the Purple Flower Fire. He was certain that both of them could concoct the Heaven Grade Level 5 pill and Jiu Qian wouldn't stop at Step 8. If he couldn't get to Step 8, he wouldn't have said those condescending words earlier. Jiu Qian didn't seem like someone without a brain. So Yemo knew that although he could concoct Heaven Grade Level 5 pills, that wasn't enough to beat Jiu Qian. He had to be enlightened in the process of concocting the Break Spirit pill and be able to concoct Heaven Grade Level 6 pills from that. For a Level 5 Pill King to reach Level 6 Pill King, it might take a few years or even a few decades. Some Level 6 Pill Kings might never be able to reach Level 7 Pill King for their entire lives. Even with the 3-birth chant, Emo wasn't sure if he could break through to level 6 Pill King right after concocting a heaven grade level 5 pill. However, the 3-birth chant gave him the possibility of breaking through. The reason he reached level 4 Pill King was only because he helped Su Jin when concoct a rainbow spirit pill. Emo knew that even if he didn't use this method of breaking through to level 6 Pill King, he would become one sooner or later. But now, he couldn't wait. Before, he intentionally didn't break through to higher levels of Pill King as he thought he was only a nascent soul state cultivator, and didn't need heaven grade level 5 or 6 pills, he at most needed level 1 or level 2 pills. Plus, he didn't have spirit herbs above heaven grade level 5. Now, he realized that even if he didn't need heaven grade level 6 pills, there was no harm in reaching that level. Emo forgot about everything around him. He wasn't just concocting pills now. As he refined the spirit herbs for the break spirit pills, he analyzed them again and again. Then, he used the 3-birth chant to find the rhythm. This was similar to when he refined spirit herbs and formed the pill rapidly. 15 minutes passed, 30 minutes passed, a few hours passed. Ji Yaoting and Qiu Nianxing were swept off at step 7 and Su Banchan wasn't able to concoct heaven grade level 5 pills at step 8. So he was swept off as well. Only Emo and Zhou Qian remained on the 12 Pill King steps. Emo was still refining spirit herbs and didn't yet start pill concoction. What people didn't expect was that after Zhou Qian finished the pill, he didn't go to step 9 and sat down with his eyes closed as though waiting for Emo. What are these two doing? Level 4 Pill King judged Gao. He looked at the two in confusion. One of them took more than a few hours to refine spirit herbs and still wasn't finished yet, while the other sat down instead of going to step 9 after finishing with step 8. Shen Guanqing frowned. He completely couldn't understand Emo anymore. He didn't understand that Zhou Qian either. From Zhou Qian's speed and his challenging words to Emo, he obviously took winning seriously, so why did he wait for Emo? He didn't understand that Emo even more. Before, whether it was spirit herb refining or pill formation, pill refining, and pill pulling, it all flowed smoothly and seemed very aesthetically pleasing. Speed and quality were both top-notch. Although heaven grade level 5 pills were much harder than heaven grade level 4, but it didn't take this long for spirit herb refining? He glanced at Yu Qichao and saw Yu Qichu also look at him. The two clearly didn't understand what the two contestants were doing. It could be said that all that was happening on the stage was Emo refining spirit herbs, but the audience didn't feel bored. There was just the two of them left, and from how Zhou Qian already finished his pill, it seemed that he was better than Luo Xiaomo. But after waiting for so long, the audience was disappointed to find that the difference between Luo Xiaomo and Zhou Qian was huge. They were expecting an exciting battle. After another 15 minutes, Zhou Qian sneered and got up. He no longer had the interest to keep waiting. He felt he overestimated this Luo Xiaomo. If he needed this long just for a heaven grade level 5 pill, then what would he do for heaven grade level 6? This guy wasn't of his caliber. Emo didn't know Zhou Qian was waiting for him. After he repeatedly simulated the break spirit pill in his mind and reorganized the structure of the pill, he learned quite a lot. It was actually easier to reach from level 5 Pill King to level 6 Pill King than from level 3 Pill King to level 4. After Emo refined the spirit herbs and simulated them, he seemed to be suddenly enlightened and his pill concoction drastically picked up in speed. He sent pill chants into the cauldron and the refined herbs soon formed into herbal liquid with astonishing spirit qi. Zhou Qian saw this and stopped his feet. He didn't understand how Emo was extremely slow before and now he was this fast. This wasn't normal. But regardless, the break spirit pill formed rapidly in the cauldron. In less than 7 minutes, Emo pulled the pills and 6 special grade break spirit pills were pulled into a jade bottle. The judges also didn't understand why there was such a huge difference in timing. Usually, the ratio of time spent for spirit herb refining and pill formation was 4 to 6. No one knew that while Emo was concocting heaven grade level 5 pill, he was thinking about the way to concoct heaven grade level 6 pills. Emo put away the cauldron and got up but saw Zhou Qian standing on the side. He was dazed but realized that he had used up quite some time. Jiu Qian was still here, meaning that he was waiting for him. But Yemo didn't think Jiu Qian waited for him out of goodwill. As expected, Jiu Qian sneered again. The speed with which you concocted Break Spirit Pill is disappointing. In order to defeat you utterly, I waited for you for almost 8 hours. Remember, the person who beat you on the 12 Pill King steps is called Jiu Qian. He beat you with real power, not by cheating. Yemo said calmly. Remember clearly too, if you really have some small capability, I will give that time back to you. Yemo was certain that he would be faster than Jiu Qian. He gained some foundation while concocting the Break Spirit Pill. No one understood the power of the 3-birth chant. He could even derive a heaven-grade cultivation method, much less a heaven-grade level 6 pill. There seems to be some fire between these two kids. Lu Wuhu glanced at the two and smiled. The judges smiled bitterly. How could they not tell as well? They even choosingly ignored how the two broke the rules and spoke on the stage. When the audience saw the two pill masters jump onto step 9 at the same time, their fervor erupted. Yemo felt the pressure of step 9 before he even landed. With his past experience, he severed with Purple Eye Soul Sever before he even landed, and the pressure around him reduced drastically. Yemo severed a second time and the pressure was completely severed off. Yemo felt the pressure of step 9 before he even landed. With his past experience, he severed with Purple Eye Soul Sever before he even landed, and the pressure around him reduced drastically. Yemo severed a second time and the pressure was completely severed off. Yemo didn't know what method Jiu Qian used, but he was sure Jiu Qian had similar ways. Jiu Qian also landed on the level 9 Pill King step and glanced back at Yemo, saying coldly, "You're not simple, you even have a spirit sense attack cultivation method." Yemo immediately realized that Jiu Qian used the same method. No wonder he couldn't feel any pressure. "Your master isn't simple," Yemo also replied coldly. He relied on the 3-birth chant, but that was his own effort. He was sure Jiu Qian was taught by someone. Jiu Qian frowned and didn't say anything. Yemo ignored him and chose the dew condensed pill. This was a pill needed by body condensation state cultivators for cultivation. It had great effects for breaking through. This was only an ordinary pill amongst level 6 heaven-grade pills. He had decided this while he was on step 8. While concocting the Break Spirit Pill, he was simulating the concoction of the dew condensed pill. Another reason was that he was afraid he might fail if he chose a very hard pill. He didn't know what pill Jiu Qian chose and he didn't want to scan with his spirit sense. That would make him seem very nervous. Although this was the first time Yemo concocted the dew condensed pill, he had simulated it for a long time using the 3-birth chant at step 8 and knew what to do. If he used the Miss Lotus Heart Fire for this, he would have much greater success rate, and his pills would be mostly special grade. But even now, Yemo didn't take out the Miss Lotus Heart Fire. He felt he wasn't at the edge of the cliff yet. Seeing Yemo already start spirit herb refining, Jiu Qian sneered. He didn't care as Yemo took that long refining herbs at step 8, now he would only take longer. He had concocted heaven-grade level 6 pills more than once. He was already a top level 6 pill king. He wasn't going to be scared of a pill king who had trouble concocting heaven-grade level 5 pills. Everyone stared at Yemo and Jiu Qian. The two brought them too many surprises. The big sects cared more about how both of them were solo cultivators. If they were some pill kings of a sect, it wouldn't really benefit others and they could at most cooperate with the sects the pill kings were at. But if they were solo cultivators, they might be able to pull them into their sect or at least hire them as a guest elder. All the big sects were full of surprise and joy seeing the two get onto step 9. Regardless of whether they could concoct it or not, this Pill King tournament was already worth their trip. Plus, they would be able to ask them for free pill concoction later. This was very rewarding. Level 5 Pill Kings were able to concoct Break Spirit pills, but Jiu Qian and Yemo were both level 6 Pill Kings. Break Spirit pill would be a piece of cake for them. How many peak stage hollow spirit state cultivators were in need of Break Spirit pills? Even those top-grade 9-star sects didn't have a few break spirit pills. It was a huge expense to invite a level 5 pill king to concoct break spirit pills. Even a 9-star sect wouldn't be able to handle it. Now they had free pill concoction from level 6 pill king. How could they not be happy? He's actually a level 6 pill king, Huan Yushan and his martial uncle said dryly. He was a hollow spirit state cultivator, and asked his sect to send the 5-color lotus. But if Yemo was a level 6 pill king, this wouldn't even be enough to knock on his door, much less suck up to him with. Huan Yushan's mouth was bitter. If he knew that this Yemo was this powerful, he would have given all the spirit herbs to him. Huan Yushan suddenly said, "Martial uncle, I think that Yemo seems to be very into the 5-color lotus. Regardless, let's go try. Even if he doesn't want it, it's fine. He's not going to slap the face of someone giving him a present. Plus, at the Herb Valley, I was on the losing side. He didn't lose anything." The hollow spirit state cultivator nodded. "That's the only thing we can do." Jinhane of the ethereal immortal pond also had a bitter smile. Elder Chi told her to bring Ning Qingxue to see that Luo Xiaoma after the tournament. But he was a level 6 pill king now, and she was only an ordinary hollow spirit state cultivator in an 8-star sect. She wasn't even sure if she could get to see him. At the same time, the Lightning Cloud sect and Infinity sect elders sat together with bleak faces. When the Infinity sect learned that Yemo was the killer of Yuan Guannan, they already considered him dead. But what they didn't expect was that Yemo was a level 6 pill king. A level 6 pill king's power was on par with an 8-star sect. If Yemo was a level 7 pill king, then even a 9-star sect wouldn't dare to touch him easily. Someone like that would have large amounts of powerful cultivators willing to protect them for free. They could imagine that after the tournament, countless masters would be willing to follow Yemo to the MOU city. At that time, MOU City won't be an ordinary city but a small-scale pill city. Even if he is a level 7 pill king, I will kill him for sure, Tianji said coldly. An Infinity sect elder nodded. If our core disciple is indeed killed by Yemo, we will take his life for sure, no matter what pill king he is. But before this, I have to report this to our Grand Elder. The judges were discussing quietly now. To them, the victory was already decided. If no circumstances arise, Zhou Qian would probably get first for this round. In that case, his total points would beat Luo Xiaoma and he would get first in this pill tournament, Zhao Shuntiang said. Wu Tan also nodded. Yes, Luo Xiaoma had trouble concocting break spirit pill and he chose do condense pill at step 9. This pill is a level easier than the cauldron essence pill Zhou Qian chose. I suspect that he might not even be able to concoct the dew condensed pill. The judges all nodded. Only Lu Wuhu, who didn't understand pill concoction, smiled. Not necessarily, this kid is very cunning. There were a few times when I thought he wasn't going to make it, but he eventually stood on step 9 of the Pill King steps. If you don't believe me, you can look at what he's doing. The judges subconsciously looked at Yemo, and they all fell silent. Yemo was refining spirit herbs more than 10 times faster than his speed at step 8. There were no pauses in his movements at all. Nearly 20 herbs were thrown in the cauldron and rapidly refined. In less than half an hour, Yemo had completely refined all the pills and was beginning to cast and pill spells to form the pill liquid. What is this? Even Yuqichao didn't understand, much less the other pill kings. No one understood why Yemo performed better at step 9 than step 8. Yemo was very fast. Heaven grade level 5 and level 6 pills were all heaven grade middle grade pills. The difference in concoction wasn't big. Under the simulation of the 3-birth chant, he had a complete method of pill concoction. The only thing was that this was his first time concocting it. Yemo was very fast. Heaven grade level 5 and level 6 pills were all heaven grade middle grade pills. The difference in concoction wasn't big. Under the simulation of the 3-birth chant, he had a complete method of pill concoction. The only thing was that this was his first time concocting it. In less than 30 minutes, Yemo began finishing the pill. Under the shocked gaze of the judges, Emo pulled out 6 pills from the cauldron. Such speed! I'm sure this isn't his first time concocting the heaven-grade level 6 pill. Level 4 pill King Gao, he exclaimed. Shen Guanqing shook his head. No, it's probably his first time concocting heaven-grade level 6 pills. It probably is his first time. Even if he has concocted it before, it won't be much. Yu Qichao nodded. They were both level 7 pill kings and had concocted heaven-grade level 6 pills countless times. Yemo's method seemed to flow, but there were many minor parts that could be improved. The two didn't need to look to know that the grade wasn't very high. But they were very sure that if Yemo concocted these pills another time, his grade would be much better. As a level 6 pill king, he would be able to find the errors he made after he concocted pills once. Even if he couldn't find them all, he would be able to find most of it, much less a genius pill king like Yemo. Yemo put the cauldron away and his face remained the same, but he was actually very disappointed. He simulated the pill concoction many times Bu0T. When he actually concocted it, he only got 3 top-grade pills and 3 middle-grade pills. He didn't even get a single special-grade pills. This made Yemo very disappointed. Yemo estimated that even if he used Miss Lotus Heart Fire, he wouldn't be able to get all special-grade pills as well. There would be at least half special-grade pills, however. Yemo knew that he would yield much better results if he concocted it again, but this was a tournament, and he only had one chance. Luckily, he still concocted a cauldron of heaven-grade level 6 pills eventually. Even if he wasn't as good as Jiu Qian, he had a chance to get to step 10. Thinking about this, Yemo collected his thoughts and the cauldron. Then, he scanned Jiu Qian and sat down quietly just like Jiu Qian before. He concocted the dew condensed pill very fast. Even so, he spent nearly an hour. Interesting. Lu Wuhu saw Yemo sit down on the side as well as though waiting for Jiu Qian. This is really interesting. Even good old Ji Ling could feel the competition between the two. Yemo didn't seem to let Jiu Qian give him any advantage at all. Jing Yingli frowned. She didn't understand Yemo that well, but she knew what sort of person Yemo was. He wasn't someone who liked to show off, he was very good at staying subtle. Being able to reach step 7, he already surpassed his original goal. Why did he seem to be fighting Jiu Qian to the end? Yemo didn't really care about what other people thought of him, he only cared about his own interests, so why did he fight Jiu Qian to the end? The only explanation was that Yemo felt he had to beat Jiu Qian. Jing Yingli didn't know the reason, but she knew that Yemo had a reason. Yemo seemed very cunning and meticulous to her. Her rested heart started to hang in the air again. She even suspected that Yemo might release the heaven flame in the end. Almost all the audience thought that Jiu Qian was better than Yemo, and said that Jiu Qian would finish first, but now, it was actually Luo Xiaoma who finished first. This confused them greatly as they didn't know which one was better. The audience split into 2 groups, one supporting Luo Xiaoma and one supporting Jiu Qian. The 2 groups argued nonstop. However, they didn't affect Jiu Qian at all. Yet Yemo affected him. He didn't consider Yemo a threat at all after step 8. But at the 9th step, the tables suddenly turned. Luo Xiaoma, who was very slow at step 8, was this fast at step 9. He finished a heaven-grade level 6 pill in less than an hour. Although Jiu Qian didn't know what pill Yemo concocted, since Yemo wasn't swept off, it meant he succeeded. Even he would need 5 hours to concoct heaven-grade level 6 pills, but now Yemo greatly surpassed him. He was waiting for him just like he did before. Thinking about how Yemo said, "If you really have capability, then I'll give that time back to you," Jiu Qian became more anxious. He thought this Luo Xiaoma was just talking tough before, but he now realized that Yemo was saying he was only considered decent if he didn't get swept off on the 9th step. Yemo could even give him time, but that was only if he could concoct pills at step 9. Thinking about this, Jiu Qian's heart grew anxious and desperate. He wanted to speed up and immediately smelt a faint burning smell. Jiu Qian was shook. He knew that the spirit herbs inside were affected by his mood. Jiu Qian forced himself to calm down and regain his composure. He cast Yemo aside. He didn't really understand how Yemo wasn't affected at all when he was waiting for him, but he was beginning to guess if Yemo intentionally took that much time at step 8 to make him lose his vigilance. If that was the case, then Luo Xiaoma was too cunning. Yemo would laugh if he knew what Jiu Qian was thinking. If he could fight with people while forming his golden core, how could this little thing affect his pill concoction? The 3-birth chant was about 3 giving birth to everything. The outside influence was like floating clouds to him. A seed would blossom even if it was under a rock. A powerful seed would still bloom even if fried in oil. The 3-birth chant was like that seed to Yemo. Right now, he could only resist the pressure of a rock, but when it was powerful enough, no interference would affect him no matter how big. Due to Yemo's influence, the perfectly synced herbal liquid began to burn and become unstable. Jiu Qian forced down his anger and slowly removed the excess liquid. If it wasn't for Yemo, how could he make such a low-level mistake? Normally, the formation of a pill from liquid was a basic procedure, and one had to throw in pill spells and use spirit sense to mix the liquid together to form the pill. But if the liquid was partially burnt, the herb-liquid ratio wouldn't match and one wouldn't be able to concoct pills. The cauldron might even explode. A weaker pill king or pill master could only let the pill go to waste. But Jiu Qian was no ordinary pill king. There was no way he was going to admit defeat due to this. Jiu Qian seemed to have sunk all his attention on the separation of herbal liquids. He had to separate out the burnt part, and then form pills with the remaining liquid. This was time-consuming work, but he had to do it. 2 hours, 4 hours, even 8 hours passed, but Jiu Qian was still stuck on that part. What is going on? Both the judges and audience didn't understand this scene. Seeing Luo Xiaoma take longer at step 8 and Jiu Qian take longer at step 9, the audience could only conclude that one was better at concocting heaven grade level 5 pills and the other was better at concocting heaven grade level 6 pills. Seeing Luo Xiaoma take longer at step 8 and Jiu Qian take longer at step 9, the audience could only conclude that one was better at concocting heaven grade level 5 pills and the other was better at concocting heaven grade level 6 pills. But no one knew that Yemo actually needed to take that long while Jiu Qian took this long because of Yemo. Although Yemo didn't do this intentionally, but it affected him. Another hour later, Jiu Qian finally removed the excess herbal liquid and rapidly started forming his pill. 8 minutes later, he finished and brought out a few cauldron essence pills. Looking at the 4 pills he concocted, 1 top grade and 3 middle grade, Jiu Qian wanted to kill Yemo. If it wasn't for Yemo, he could at least concoct 3 top grade and 3 special grade. But now, he was sure he didn't do as well as Yemo despite not knowing what pill Yemo concocted. Seeing Jiu Qian get up, Yemo got up and said before Jiu Qian could rage, "It's been more than 8 hours, I won't count the extra time, I'm not a stingy person." Jiu Qian's eyes spewed flame as he glared at Yemo and said coldly, "You're a very calculating person, you intentionally disrupted my mental state for pill concoction, right? You're intentionally disrupting the order of the tournament, you're indeed a very calculating person." Yemo looked at the 10th step and didn't even look at Jiu Qian. "Very well, then go report me. I will tell the judges that you waited for me for my benefit, but when I waited for you I was intentionally trying to disrupt your pill concoction. You don't need to explain to them." Then Yemo flew up onto the 10th step. Jiu Qian's fury gradually disappeared, his face went icy cold. No matter who he told, they would think he was unreasonable. He broke the rules first, whether it was talking or waiting for Yemo for 8 hours. Seeing Yemo climb up to the 10th step, his tone became cold and confident again. "So what if you're a level 6 pill king? I will let you know despair." Then, Jiu Qian charged up to the 10th step without hesitation. He didn't think he would lose to Yemo even though he struggled at step 9, he had other cards left to play. He didn't intend to show his full power, but Luo Xiaoma was too good. Even if he didn't struggle at step 9, victory wouldn't be able to be decided at step 9. He didn't expect Yemo to be a level 6 pill king. After all, level 6 and above pill kings numbered less than 2 digits in the South Peace state. How could someone younger than him be a level 6 Pill King and come to the Pill King tournament? When both Emo and Zhou Qian flew to the 10th step, almost everyone got up. Even the judges couldn't keep sitting anymore. If they could concoct pills on the 10th step, it meant that they were level 7 Pill Kings. There was a huge difference between level 6 and level 7 Pill King. Level 6 Pill King was rare, but there were a few. But in the entire South Peace State, there was only the City Lord and Vice City Lord of Pill City who were level 7 Pill Kings, excluding those in Solitude. Even the pill concoction prodigy Wu Tan was stuck at level 6 Pill King. When the Big Sex realized that both Emo and Zhou Qian might be level 7 Pill Kings, they couldn't stay in their seats anymore. Level 7 Pill King meant that they could concoct heaven grade level 7 Pill Kun filling pill. That was pill needed for body condensation states to break through to cauldron filling state. One couldn't even see it usually. And the pills that cauldron filling state and above needed could only be supplied by level 7 and above Pill King. One knew how important a cauldron filling state cultivator was to a sect. Even the 9-star sects didn't have a lot of cauldron filling state cultivators. A sect with countless years of storage had a lot of good things, but even with good spirit herbs and materials, they might not be able to turn them into pills and magic artifacts. The currently known level 7 Pill King were the 2 city lords of Pill City. How high was their status? What didn't they have? How many powerful beings were asking them for pill concoction? They also needed to cultivate, so the most they could concoct for other people was once a year. Those who could invite them to concoct were high-level powerful beings. Even 9-star sects couldn't frequently ask them for pill concoction. At Yu Qichao and Xinguanqing's level, they didn't lack cultivation resources, they perhaps only lacked time. That's why the Big Sects were so excited when they realized the 2 might be level 7 Pill Kings. They couldn't invite the 2 city lords, but they could invite the 2 solo cultivators. They weren't old and didn't have a high cultivation level. They needed large amounts of resources. If they slammed them with large amounts of cultivation resources, how could they not be interested? Only once they concocted heaven-grade level 7 pill on the step did they prove themselves to be powerful level 7 Pill Kings. It was much harder to concoct pills on the Pill King steps. Su Banchang, for example, wasn't able to concoct heaven-grade level 5 pill on the steps. If the 2 can really reach level 7 Pill King, then it's the great fortune of our South Peace State Cultivation Society. Yu Qichao was overjoyed too. He exclaimed, if it really was Yemo's first time concocting heaven-grade level 6 pill on the 9th step and now he's going to concoct heaven-grade level 7 pill on the 10th step, then Yemo was too absurdly talented. Yemo and Zhou Qian gave them too many surprises. After all, even he stopped at step 9. The scene naturally fell silent as everyone watched the 2 intently. Yemo found a place to sit on the 10th step and found there weren't selection cards for the pills he could choose to concoct. Just when he was confused, a jade slip suddenly appeared before him. The contestant can decide what pill he wants to concoct for heaven grade level 7. The contestant can choose the ingredients too. Please write down the heaven grade level 7 spirit herbs needed. You can only choose one type of each spirit herb. You will be swept off if your pill is lower than heaven grade level 7. Yemo realized, a question like this was to let the contestant showcase his full power. But Yemo knew that regardless, it would be hard for him to succeed. He had the power to concoct heaven grade level 6 pill and simulate it with the 3-birth chant. Thus he succeeded, but now he was certain he couldn't concoct heaven grade level 7 pill yet. Pill concoction wasn't trying your luck. It was purely based on your ability. Yemo didn't write his pill recipe, he felt Zhou Qian's spirit sense can over. Clearly he didn't have much confidence either. Thinking about this, Yemo scanned his spirit sense over too but didn't write anything. Seeing this, Zhou Qian sneered and wrote more than 20 types of spirit herb on his jade slip. He knew that Yemo was half arse like him, and wasn't able to concoct heaven grade level 7 pill well, but he was a top-notch level 6 pill king. He was about to be level 7 pill king. Since no one could actually concoct the pill, he chose a harder level 7 heaven grade pill. As long as his pill was harder, and he scored more marks in the concoction procedure, he would be able to win. Even though Yemo earned more points at Step 9, Step 10 points were on another level to Step 9 points. If he beat Yemo in minor parts, he might be able to earn back the points he lost. Plus, if he used all of his power, he might be able to concoct a heaven grade level 7 pill. If he succeeded, then even if it was a low grade one, he would win for sure. Yemo frowned when he saw Jiu Qian choose spirit herbs. Was this guy really a level 7 pill king? If that was the case, then he was in danger. When Jiu Qian chose the spirit herb, he suddenly took out another flame. The color was also red but darker than the sense sha fire. Even Yemo could feel the scorching heat. When Jiu Qian released this flame, he glared coldly at Yemo with scorn. One purple flare. Yemo's heart sunk. This was Heaven Flame 1 purple flare. It was ranked second in the heaven flames of the cultivation realm, above Mist Lotus Heart Fire. Not just Yemo, but everyone else also didn't expect to see the 1 purple flare. It was the number 2 ranked heaven flame in the cultivation realm. Not just Yemo, but everyone else also didn't expect to see the 1 purple flare. It was the number 2 ranked heaven flame in the cultivation realm. The reason it was called this name was because in any cultivation realm, this flame would only appear once. There won't be 2 1 purple flare in one cultivation realm. This flame was found in the depths of the earth, and was extremely hard to find. Even if one found it, without fate's favor you wouldn't be able to obtain it. The 1 purple flare, like the number 1 ranked heaven flame blue like morning sky, would only appear once in a single cultivation realm. It was even hard to hear about it, much less see it. It was said that when the number 1 flame blue like morning sky appeared, the entire cultivation realm was blue. Once this flame was upgraded to a high level, it was enough to burn an entire realm. That was a bit of an exaggeration, but it showed just how powerful this flame was. With the appearance of 1 purple flare, it caused more shock than the 2 reaching Step 10 of the Pill King steps. Many cultivators even stood up. More people thought, this Jiu Qian really had patience. He was more patient than his opponent Luo Xiaoma. Luo Xiaoma took out the purple flower fire ranked 12th in the cultivation realm at Step 4, but this Jiu Qian took out the heaven flame only at the 10th step. The pills concocted by heaven flame and earth flame weren't on the same level. If Jiu Qian and Yemo had the same level of skill, Jiu Qian already won more than half with the heaven flame. Even Lu Wuhu stood up in shock and sat back down after a while, sighing. Seeing this guy, I suddenly feel like I've wasted my life. I've been collecting flames for my entire life, but the highest caliber I got is only a sense sha flame. But these guys have either purple flower fire or 1 purple flare. Yu Chichu woke up from his shock and smiled. Lu Qianbei, your sense sha fire is almost purple, right? Even a heaven flame can't compare with that. Lu Wuhu rolled his eyes. Have you considered how long I've lived? It's unfortunate for that Yemo, he's going to lose to the heaven flame. Ji Ling sighed. No one rebuked Ji Ling's words. From their performance, the two were on par in pill concoction skills. Now that Jiu Qian had a heaven flame, the number 2 ranked 1 purple flare, it was natural that Yemo lost. At the same time, Yemo sighed. He realized where Jiu Qian's confidence came from. It was due to the 1 purple flare. No wonder this guy was so cocky. When you think you can beat me, you will find that it's not disappointment you face but despair. Yemo finally understood this. If it was another pill king in Yemo's position, he would indeed despair. A red color heaven flame was countless times stronger both in herb refining and pill concoction than an earth flame. The speed and quality of the pill was far from something an earth flame made pill could compare with. This was why a pill king or pill master needed a good flame. No matter how good you were, without a powerful flame, you wouldn't be as good as someone else. It could be said that once Jiu Qian released the 1 purple flare, his pill concoction skills increased a level. Everyone thought that Yemo lost for sure. Jiu Qian started herb refining while Yemo sat and didn't move. He was thinking if he could release the Mist Lotus Heart Fire. He could also tell that Jiu Qian's pill concoction were on his level and even a little better. But once he used the 1 purple flare, that better was infinitely expanded. Yemo also knew that it was extremely dangerous for him to use the Miss Lotus Heart Fire. He didn't understand where Jiu Qian's confidence came from. Even his Miss Lotus Heart Fire wasn't as precious as the one purple flare. Suddenly Yemo thought that if he could really concoct heaven-grade level 7 pill, then he was a level 7 pill king. It was just as Jingli said, if a level 7 pill king had the Miss Lotus Heart Fire, then no one would dare to scheme for it. Right. The only thing was he had to be careful when he was alone. Plus, even if he didn't use the Miss Lotus Heart Fire, would no one come for his trouble? The Infinity Sect and Lightning Cloud Sect quite possibly already knew his identity by now. He would only be safer if he used the Miss Lotus Heart Fire and concocted heaven-grade level 7 pill, as his name would be infinitely expanded. He could pull more masters around him, but the pretense was that he could concoct heaven-grade level 7 pills. It was easy to use the Miss Lotus Heart Fire, but how would he concoct heaven-grade level 7 pills? The pill he chose had to be unique enough to get the praise of the judges and have a certain level of difficulty that was at least harder than Jiu Qian's pill. He saw the pill Jiu Qian chose. It was a rather hard and meaningful pill. It was Kun-filling pill. Seasoned wheat pill. Suddenly, this pill came into Yemo's head. It was a heaven-grade level 7 pill, and there were rarely any pill kings who knew it, much less those who could concoct it. The main ingredient was seasoned wheat. The pill kings didn't know about this pill because they thought the seasoned wheat was one spirit herb and they could be both used to concoct the hollow meridian pill, so no one knew about it. The seasoned wheat pill was very precious, more valuable than the Kun-filling pill. Cultivators who had their Dan Tian broken need very high-level pills to recover it, but the seasoned wheat pill could solve this problem. Yemo felt that with his whirlpool pill concoction method and the heaven flame, he might be able to concoct the seasoned wheat pill, as the seasoned wheat was something that balanced yin and yang. It was easier to accept his whirlpool concoction method. He was the only one who knew the whirlpool concoction method, as this required the use of the illusion cloud strike cultivation method and taxed the spirit sense heavily. Yemo concocted the spirit weaving pill before, so he knew how powerful this pill concoction method was. With spirit sense pill concoction means and this whirlpool concoction method, it would drastically decrease the difficulty of pill concoction, while increasing success rate. The only thing was that it consumes spirit sense rapidly. This was why Yemo rarely used the whirlpool pill concoction method, as he hadn't solved the problem of spirit sense exhaustion yet. Other cultivators wouldn't dare to concoct this, but Yemo had the spirit recovery pills, so he didn't mind. Thinking about all this, Yemo's heart settled. Since Jiu Qian used the heaven flame, it meant he wasn't certain if he could win. If he was certain he would win, he wouldn't use the heaven flame. The only thing Yemo was worried about was if the Pill King's step would recognize the season and wheat spirit herb. If it thought it was the same thing, he could only choose something else, and that way, his success would be greatly reduced. Nevertheless, Yemo still wrote the two down. Soon, Yemo was happy to find season and wheat in front of him. Yemo breathed easy. This Pill King's step has existed for countless years. How could it not recognize season and wheat? He can tell the difference between season and wheat? Yu Qichao suddenly got up. But then his words suddenly stopped as he saw the fire that appeared in Yemo's hand. Miss Lotus Heart Fire. Yu Qichao felt his brain wasn't working really well. Miss Lotus Heart Fire? Xingguanqing and the other judges saw Yemo's flame and couldn't help but exclaim. As Pill Kings, they didn't have heaven flames, but they know the properties of heaven flame very well. As soon as Yemo released the Miss Lotus Heart Fire, they recognized it. Miss Lotus Heart Fire? Xingguanqing and the other judges saw Yemo's flame and couldn't help but exclaim. As Pill Kings, they didn't have heaven flames, but they know the properties of heaven flame very well. As soon as Yemo released the Miss Lotus Heart Fire, they recognized it. Miss Lotus Heart Fire. Even Lu Wuhu lost his attitude. Ji Ling glanced at Lu Wuhu and felt more awkward. He asked Lu Wuhu to give a rare flame to Yemo, but now it seemed like a joke. Another heaven flame, and it was the third-ranked Miss Lotus Heart Fire. The audience completely erupted. This Pill King tournament was far beyond what they could imagine. In the end, it became a battle of the heaven flames. In this tournament, 4 heaven flames appeared. Before, in the entire South Peace state, people had only heard about 5 or 6 types. Now, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th heaven flame all came. It was a real intense battle between Jiu Qian and Luo Xiaomo now. If Jiu Qian didn't encounter Luo Xiaomo, he wouldn't use the heaven flame. If Luo Xiaomo's opponent wasn't Jiu Qian, he wouldn't use heaven flame as well. These two were both people who were very subtle and patient, especially that Luo Xiaomo. He went from Soul Flare to Purple Flower Fire, then to Miss Lotus Heart Fire. Some people even guessed that if Jiu Qian had stronger cards, would Luo Xiaomo have more to match them? The level 4 Pill Kings and Su Banchang saw this and shook their heads. Su Banchang thought he was only 1 step away from Emo and Jiu Qian, but now, it seemed the difference was huge. He used Heaven Flame in the first round of the tournament, while these two only took it out at the 10th Pill King step. Qin Wuxin looked at Emo in disbelief. She was worrying for Emo as Emo didn't have a rare flame. She laughed at herself when Emo took out the Purple Flower Fire, as it seemed she was worrying too much. It seemed that Emo already had a Heaven Flame when he concocted the Spirit Weaving Pill, but he just didn't dare to show it. Now that he was a level 7 Pill King, even if he took out Heaven Flame, no one would dare to scheme for it. Martial brother, ye had such great patience and endurance. Seeing Emo's Miss Lotus Heart Fire, Jiu Qian's eyes narrowed and the spirit herbs he was refining almost got burned again, but luckily with past experience, he controlled the situation. He didn't expect Emo to also have a Heaven Flame. Although its rank was 1 lower, its color was deeper than his. So, the 2 flames were equally matched. At this moment, he realized his words were too cocky. At the same time, he understood what Emo meant by, "I wasn't planning to get first, but now, you can only be second, sorry." It was because he was too cocky and infuriated Emo that Emo showed all of his true power. He thought he would get to see Emo's despairing face when he took out the 1 purple flare, but instead Emo took out his Heaven Flame Miss Lotus Heart Fire. It was impossible to say he didn't regret at all, but he soon cast it aside. Even though Emo had the Heaven Flame, it didn't mean that he would lose to him. Judging by his skills, he hadn't concocted Heaven Grade level 7 pills before. Realizing this, Jiu Qian focused on his own pill. So did Emo. He focused on his Season Wheat pill. Emo had used all of his power now, Shannon Cauldron and the Heaven Flame as well Spirit Sense pill concoction means and Whirlpool pill concoction means. If he lost to Jiu Qian even with that, he could only admit defeat. Refining spirit herbs was no problem for Emo at all. With the Miss Lotus Heart Fire's help it wasn't slow either. He knew that Jiu Qian would have no problem either, as he had the 1 purple flare. The judges and audience all held their breaths as they watched the 2 concoct pills. Both were using Heaven Flames and both were concocting level 7 Heaven Grade pills. For most cultivators, they would only get to see this once in their life. The 2 were very careful and didn't act casual like they did in the past few steps. Comparatively, both found it more convenient and familiar to use Heaven Flame. 4 hours passed and Emo had finished refining his spirit herbs. He didn't stop and went straight into herbal liquid fusion. Emo is a step faster. He's began pill fusion, but he doesn't seem to have used pill spells. Level 4 Pill King Gao. He stopped mid-sentence. Shen Guanqing smiled. You saw it as well, right? I really didn't expect Emo to be using the Spirit Sense pill concoction method. I've heard of such pill spells, but it's the first time I'm seeing someone use it. His pill concoction heritage is too advanced. Yu Qichao nodded. I heard before that he used Spirit Sense pill spell when he concocted the Spirit Weaving pill. I didn't really dare to believe it at first, but now I finally see it. This type of pill spell has too much of an advantage, but it's also very taxing on the spirit sense. Jiu Qian was also going into pill fusion, but the eyes of the judges stayed on Emo. Jiu Qian's method was also very advanced, but compared to the never-before-seen spirit sense pill spell, Emo's pill fusion process was more attractive. Yimo's herbal pill liquid rolled about in the cauldron, but he wasn't in a rush. He used the pill spell and the liquid kept fusing and separating. It seemed ordinary to normal people, but Yimo knew that he had no other way. It was his first time concocting pills of this caliber. The spirit sense pill spell reduced the difficulty, but on a slight mistake the cauldron might explode. Even with the spirit sense pill spell and whirlpool pill concoction method, he had to simulate again and again with the three-birth chant. At this moment, Jiu Qian finished his pill fusion process and started forming the pill. He was completely focused since he knew this was the hardest moment for him. He did the first half of the procedure very well, but that was just the basics. Meanwhile, Yimo was still testing fusion and separation. If it wasn't for his three-birth chant, he would have failed already. When the herbal liquid emitted a faint aroma, Yimo's brain sparkled. He knew he was too careful, he actually didn't need to keep simulating. The three-birth chant was about being casual and following the heart. His illusion cloud exert will strike formed like this. In that case, why force a way to find the method of concocting heaven grade level 7 pills? It would happen naturally. Thinking about this, Yimo didn't hesitate anymore and sent in a spirit chi whirlpool controlled by his spirit sense into the cauldron. The herbal liquid spun slowly in the cauldron. 15 minutes later, there seemed to be an invisible hand that divided the spirit chi whirlpool into 6. Yimo felt pain in his sea of consciousness. He ate a spirit recovery pill without hesitation and separated the spirit chi whirlpool even more to form the pills. Compared to Yimo's constant progress, Jiu Qian was finding it hard to continue. His pill was at the final stage, but no matter what, he missed something. He even smelt the aroma and could see the 6 about to form pills. If he just worked a little harder, he could bring out 6 cauldron-filling pills, but he just lacked that one last bit. At this moment, Jiu Qian felt the herbal liquid stop spinning. He knew things weren't good, but before he could do anything, the herbal liquid started falling apart. In his desperation, he couldn't care about anything and forced out the pill-pulling spell, wanting to collect at least 1 or 2 cauldron-filling pills. The pitiful thing was that pill concoction was a job that didn't tolerate mistakes, especially for high-level pills. The pitiful thing was that pill concoction was a job that didn't tolerate mistakes, especially for high-level pills. A faint burnt smell came, and then with a few light cracks, Jiu Qian's heart sunk. He knew his cauldron failed. 2 slightly burnt pills landed inside the jade bottle he prepared. Without looking, Jiu Qian knew his cauldron-filling pill failed. It wasn't that he didn't do well enough, he did the best he could, but he was sure that if Yimo failed, his procedure marks wouldn't be higher than his. He only failed at the last step. He showcased all of his capabilities. His skills were indeed not enough to concoct heaven grade level 7 yet, so defeat was reasonable. He expected this. Now, he could only wait for Yimo's result. Victory or loss was completely in the hands of his opponent. But Jiu Qian knew that even if Luo Xiaomo failed too and got lower procedure marks than him, it wouldn't be much lower than him. With the points he got before, he actually might lose. Jiu Qian tipped out the 2 pills and looked at them. Just as he expected, they weren't even low grade amongst low grade, just 2 waste pills. He really wanted to stay on step 10 to watch Yimo, but just as he packed away his cauldron, a line of words appeared before him. Step 10 challenge failed. The next moment, he was swept off and fell amongst the pill kings. Seeing Yimo still in pill concoction on the stage, Jiu Qian's face grew bleaker and bleaker. Those few pill kings who admired him walked up to him wanting to have a chat, but Jiu Qian didn't want to talk at all. Those pill kings didn't dare to reproach Jiu Qian. Yimo, on the other hand, was beginning to form his pill. With the whirlpool pill concoction method, the 6 whirlpools of spirit chi were beginning to form 6 seasoned wheat pills. There was nothing else in his mind other pill concoction right now. He didn't even know Jiu Qian was swept off. Whirlpool pill concoction method. Yu Qichao's hand was shaking with excitement. Compared to other people caring about the heaven flame, he cared more about Yimo's pill concoction means. At this level of pill concoction skills, A new system of pill concoction was immeasurably enticing to him. Xinguanqing was also very excited. Wu Tan had never heard of the whirlpool pill concoction method, but Yi Mo's spirit sense pill spell and spirit qi whirlpool idea was absurd. This was revolutionary. This was the new pill concoction method he created when concocting the spirit weaving pill. I didn't expect it to have matured to this level. The Tao of pill has no limits. Xinguanqing sighed. He was also enticed by this pill concoction method. Yi Mo ate another spirit recovery pill and used his pull pill spell. He raised his hand and 6 crystal-like pills flew out. Before the pill even entered the jade bottle, its aroma spread out. Even the audience smelled the aroma of the seasoned wheat pill, much less the panel of judges. "What pill is this?" even Wu Tan asked. He felt very ashamed that as a level 6 pill king he didn't even know what pill the contestant concocted. Even Xinguanqing looked to Yu Qichao. He could tell the difference between season and wheat, but he had never heard of the seasoned wheat pill. Yu Qichao studied Yi Mo's pill and said with a face full of astonishment, "He's really a level 7 pill king, and he even concocted the seasoned wheat pill? You said he just concocted the seasoned wheat pill?" It was Lu Wuhu who asked strangely. Yu Qichao saw everyone look at him, and he nodded seriously. "That's right, I'm certain it's the seasoned wheat pill, the only heaven-grade level 7 pill that can be concocted mixing season and wheat together is the seasoned wheat pill. Even I don't know the pill recipe yet Yi Mo knows. His encounters are extraordinary, his accomplishment will definitely be greater than ours. He's not a prodigy, he's a prodigy that belonged to this world. I really don't understand which pill Dao Qianbei can teach a pill king like Yi Mo. The seasoned wheat pill is a pill that can repair cultivator's Dan Tian. Even if the Dan Tian is shattered, the pill can repair it. This is the power of this pill. A pill with the effect of pills made from level 8 or level 9 spirit herbs." "What? The seasoned wheat pill is such a pill?" Wu Tan said in shock. "The higher the level of the cultivator, the harder it was to repair his Dan Tian if it was damaged. This was because above nascent soul state, the Dan Tian was closely tied to the essence spirit. The use for this pill wasn't as prevalent as the cauldron-filling pill, but it was definitely rarer. It seems that Luo Xiaomao will probably get first in this tournament." Ji Ling smiled. He still wanted to discuss formations with Yi Mo. Yu Qichao nodded. "Yes, he's first for 3 rounds in a row, but I wonder if he will challenge Step 11 alone." Of course Yi Mo wasn't going to do that. He already succeeded by concocting the seasoned wheat pill at Step 10, and he didn't need to worry about anything. Yi Mo wasted 2 spirit recovery pills, but he got 4 top grade and 2 middle grade seasoned wheat pills. Yi Mo was very happy. This was better than what he did at Step 9. Yi Mo put away the cauldron and looked down, knowing that he didn't have to worry about Zhou Qian talking shit. Luo Xiama. Level 7 Pill King Luo Xiama. Continued to the 11th step. Countless roars sounded. This seemingly lowest level 7 Spirit Pill Master was actually the highest level 7 Pill King. Although Zhou Qian had temporary fans, after he was swept off, they all cheered for Yi Mo. Some even called Yi Mo to go on the 12th step. Even with the city lords of Pill City here, some people called number 1 Pill King Luo Xiuma. Yi Mo wasn't going to step 11, of course. First, he couldn't concoct level 8 heaven-grade pills at all. He would barely be able to make an ordinary level 7 heaven-grade spirit pill. He wasn't a matured level 7 pill king, but Yi Mo, that was just a matter of time. He just needed more practice. Seeing Yi Mo about to jump off, Xinguanqing smiled and shook his head. He's probably the first contestant to jump off himself. Yu Qichao smiled. It's no mistake calling him number 1 pill king. With his pill Dao prowess, it's only a matter of time before he surpasses us. I can't wait to discuss pill Dao with him. Xinguanqing and the judges nodded in agreement. Lu Wuhu smiled. I think you can't wait for him to dissect the Huasang pill. Then he glanced at the other pill kings and said, As for you guys, you want to ask him to teach the whirlpool pill concoction method. The judges felt a little awkward, but they knew Lu Wuhu said the truth. Let me talk to him first. I've already arranged to see him at the North Far State, but I just haven't had the chance yet. Good man, Jiling said impatiently. He was a formation Grand Master, but his love for formation was an obsession. Yemo was just a formation Great Master, but his formations were too unique. There were some things that he had to watch for a long time before understanding, and there were still things he didn't understand. Lu Wuhu didn't laugh at Jiling. Everyone knew that Jiling really wanted to see Yemo. Yemo scanned the hundreds of thousands of audience members and nodded. Just when he wanted to jump off, he suddenly saw a white-dressed woman. That woman was looking at him with a face full of excitement, the anticipation and tears. Yemo could see them from this far away. Qingxue! Yemo could no longer hold back the joy and excitement as he flew out towards Ning Qingxue, forgetting about the rules of not being allowed to leave the testing stage. But as soon as Yemo came down, he was stopped by the restriction of the stage. He only thought about Ning Qingxue before and forgot about this restriction. But as soon as Yemo came down, he was stopped by the restriction of the stage. He only thought about Ning Qingxue before and forgot about this restriction. Ning Qingxue saw Yemo come down and the way he looked at her, and immediately knew that Yemo saw her. Without hesitation, she charged out of the audience section and flew over. Huang Qian saw this and was dazed, but it was too late to stop Ning Qingxue. Seeing that Yemo was a level 7 Pill King, Jinhin and the elders of the ethereal immortal pond didn't have any confidence. Although Ning Qingxue was pretty, she was just a golden core state cultivator. Yemo might not even like her. Plus, there were a few girls amongst the South Peace State 10 beauties who looked better than her. If the ethereal immortal pond could think of this, how could other sects not think of this? Just when Jinhin was still hesitant, she saw Ning Qingxue charge towards the Pill King tournament stage. She got up worriedly and yelled, "Qingxue, are you crazy? Come back!" But how could Ning Qingxue hear her? Yemo was the only person in her eyes. She was at her limit of waiting. Although Jinhin wanted to immediately punish Ning Qingxue into decades of solitary cultivation, what she wanted right now was not to offend the Pill City for what Ning Qingxue did. Everyone immediately noticed Ning Qingxue doing this, and some female cultivator exclaimed out loud. Some brave female cultivators also wanted to do this. But they were stopped by their sex people. What does she want to do? Jing Yingli saw this and got up. Jing Yingming didn't really understand either but said, "That girl is Ethereal Immortal Pond's disciple Ning Qingxue. South Peace State's third beauty?" Jing Yingli subconsciously asked. Jing Yingming nodded. "It's her, but I heard she's a very calm girl and was cold to everyone. She didn't really like to talk. Why does she have so much initiative today? But Yemo's performance was too magnificent, even I'm interested. But if even I don't deserve him, Ning Qingxue is not even prettier than me, she's only a golden core state cultivator too, how does she dare to go up?" Jing Yingming said. "I understand." Jing Yingli sat down in disappointment. Jing Yingming knew her sister was very smart, and she could pick up things with a slight hint. She immediately asked, "What did you understand?" "That Ning Qingxue is Yemo's wife. He said he came to take back his wife. It's obviously Ning Qingxue now," Jing Yingli said calmly. "Why?" Jing Yingming suddenly felt uncomfortable and asked. Jing Yingli didn't answer her. This was very obvious. According to what Jing Yingming said of Ning Qingxue, she wasn't going to act like this just because Yemo was a Pill King. She must know Yemo already. Second, before Yemo became famous, he wouldn't even be able to get into the front door of Ethereal Immortal Pond, much less see Ning Qingxue. And before, Yemo seemed to want to charge off the stage but was stopped by the restriction. With Ning Qingxue charging to Yemo at the same time, it was obvious that Ning Qingxue was Yemo's woman. Different than Jing Yingli, when Tsai knew that Luo Xiaoma was Yemo, she knew that Ning Qingxue's husband was this person. Now that Ning Qingxue flew over without hesitation, it further proved her conjecture. "What does he want to do?" Shen Guanqing saw Yemo bang into the restriction and immediately asked with a frown. Lu Wuhu sipped some of his wine and laughed. "Isn't it obvious? He saw his girl and wants to go see her but was stopped the restriction." Shen Guanqing focused on the pilled Dao his entire life and didn't really understand the relations of the two sexes. He subconsciously glanced at Yu Qichao. Yu Qichao nodded. From their actions and expressions, that should be so. I'll open the restriction and let them see each other. As for the result, we'll announce later. The judges heard this and were envious. The city lords were really nice to Emo. Emo was stopped by the restriction. He knew it was the rules, but he was immediately about to force it open. However, the restriction opened itself. At this moment, Ning Qingxue had charged onto the stage. Emo didn't think about why the restriction opened itself and charged up to Ning Qingxue and embraced her. The familiar softness and warmness entered his arms. Emo suddenly felt fulfilled. Although for all sorts of reasons he wasn't able to see Ning Qingxue before, he finally succeeded today. Although it revealed a lot of his power, but Emo felt it was worth it. He was now a publicly recognized heaven-grade level 7 pill master. Even 9-star sects had to consider things before they tried to attack him. When he took Luoying from Black Eye sect, and took Yangzhu and them from Peihai, he would take them all to Mou City. Thinking about this, Emo felt more and more grateful to Jingyingli for providing him with his idea of coming to the tournament. Ning Qingxue was embraced by Emo's strong arms and felt the familiar sense of Emo. She had completely forgotten what she was going to say to Emo and just cried. The unbearable feeling of loneliness and that helplessness in the world finally left her. She found Emo, her husband. No matter what happened, she didn't want to leave him again. She wanted to cry loudly and say I finally found you, but she couldn't form a complete sentence. She felt the tears she had shed these few days were more than she ever had in her life. She finally understood now that after all, she was a woman. All her emotions were expressed in tears, not words. She believed Emo would understand her. Don't cry, after things here are over, I will take you to pick up Luoying as well, we'll never separate again. Emo's heart ached to see Ning Qingxue like this. Ning Qingxue had thousands of things to say, but she couldn't say anything. All those past hardships had turned to dust. It was her aspiration to be with Emo forever, and now she was finally in his arms. The people below the stage all realized that this girl who charged up actually knew number 1 Pill King Luo Xiaomo. But they didn't expect the two to publicly embrace each other. If it wasn't that Emo was the number 1 Pill King, people would start hurling curses already. But even if people did that, Emo and Ning Qingxue didn't care. The joy and excitement of reunion was even greater than the joy of getting first in the tournament. Qiu Shui from Green Pill Sect finally realized why Emo asked about the South Peace State 10 beauties. He and Ning Qingxue were this close. Xingda saw her master hug a woman who charged up the stage and also felt surprised, but when she saw how Ning Qingxue looked, she immediately praised her master's eyes. Even the prettiest girl in the Pill City wasn't as pretty as her. Although she didn't dare to express it, but she was scared in the depth of her heart that Jingyingli would become her master's wife. Jingyingli was good, but she felt her master should get a pretty wife. He has such an emotional side, I feel like I'm beginning to like him a bit, Jing Yingmeng suddenly said. Jingyingli didn't seem to hear this and just sat there. Jinheen, who was very worried before, saw that her disciple was this close to Luo Xiaomo and immediately rejoiced. But she remembered that Ning Qingxue said she had a husband. Was that husband Luo Xiaomo? Thinking about this, Jinheen broke out in a cold sweat. She not only forbid Ning Qingxue to mention her husband and also tried to force her to marry into Lightning Cloud sect. If Luo Xiaomo blamed her, even the ethereal immortal pond wouldn't be able to protect her. Suddenly, the elders and even the vice sect leader came to her. Elder, she said happily. Congratulations, Hein, your disciple is actually this close to that Luo Xiaomo. Before Jinheen could reply, another disciple reported. Master, 2 elders from Golden Sword sect and Heaven Star sect have come to visit. At this moment, Yu Qichao suddenly flew onto the stage and said to the hundreds of thousands of audience members, The Pill King tournament has finished, and the rankings have come out. We will announce the top 10 in a moment. At this moment Yu Qichao suddenly flew onto the stage and said to the hundreds of thousands of audience members, "The Pill King tournament has finished, and the rankings have come out. We will announce the top 10 in a moment." Emo heard this and patted Ning Qingxue before pulling her hand and bringing her in front of Yu Qichao. He bowed and said, "City Lord Yu, this is my wife Ning Qingxue." Ning Qingxue knew Yu Qichao of course, so she collected her feelings and bowed to Yu Qichao too. Yu Qichao smiled. "What a perfect match!" Then, he asked Emo, "Is your real name Emo? You came from the North Far State and are the creator of this spirit-weaving pill?" Emo replied humbly, "Yes, due to issues, please forgive me." Yu Qichao waved his hand. "It's fine, I understand you. If you came to Pill City for me immediately, you would be able to see your wife earlier. But this way is good too, it let me know of the great prodigy of the Pill Dao world. Emo, take your wife and have a seat on the side, let me announce the rest of the things." Emo nodded. He knew that this meant that Yu Qichao wanted to help him deal with his troubles. He was very grateful to this Inu city lord. As for coming to Pill City straight away, Emo never even thought of it. He didn't even know about the Pill City in the South Peace State. Plus, he started running away as soon as he came to South Peace State. He didn't have the mood to ask about other things. If it wasn't for the two nascent soul state cultivators from the Han Liang Empire, he wouldn't even know about the Truth Fall Palace, nor would he see Jingli. If he didn't encounter Jingli, he wouldn't know about the Pill City. Emo took Ning Qingxue to the contestant area. Large amounts of Pill Kings and Pill Masters immediately came up to greet him. Emo returned the greeting too. It was beneficial to know more people at this place. Plus, these Pill King and Pill Masters all had their own power factions. Qin Muxin finally realized that when Emo rejected her, it wasn't an excuse, but he really had a wife. His wife was this pretty, clearly a level better than her. Qin Muxin soon cast these thoughts aside and came up to Emo greeting. "Muxin congratulates Martial Brother Yi on getting first in the tournament. I really didn't expect Martial Brother Yi to be a heaven grade level 7 Pill King. Even the North Far State doesn't have a level 7 Pill King." Before Emo could reply, she looked at Ning Qingxue and asked, "Martial Brother Yi, this martial sister is—" "Oh, this is my wife Ning Qingxue," Emo introduced. "Qingxue, this is martial sister Qin Muxin, who came over with me from the North Far State. She's a Pill King too and is now the core disciple of the Heartless Valley." Ning Qingxue spoke with Qin Muxin while admiring her looks. Jiu Qian suddenly walked up to Emo and said, "Your current power is indeed a little bit better than me, but this is your first and last time to beat me. Those who I surpass will never be able to beat me for the second time." Jiu Qian lost, but he could take defeat. He said this and left before Emo could reply. Emo smiled and didn't argue with him. If it was before he saw Ning Qingxue, he might say, "Will you die if you don't act cocky?" But now, he felt that was pointless. Jiu Qian thought like this, but he did the same. This time, the difference between them was the smallest. As time went on, the gap would only get greater and greater. Eventually, Jiu Qian wouldn't even be able to see his shadow. No one knew the power of the three-birth chant more than Emo. No matter how good Jiu Qian's heritage was, he would be no match for him. Yu Qichao walked up to the stage and said, "This Pill King tournament has concluded. This tournament not only showed us prodigies like Luo Xiaoma and Jiu Qian, but also showed the power of the South Peace State. Everyone knows that the number one of this tournament is level 7 Pill King Luo Xiaoma. That's right, he's a level 7 Pill King, a real level 7 Pill King. Now I need to reveal his true identity." Everyone fell quiet at this. Everyone knew that Luo Xiaoma wasn't solo cultivator, but what other identity did he have? What if he wasn't an solo cultivator? Many cultivators had prepared spirit herbs for this newly risen level 7 Pill King Luo Xiaoma to concoct pills. If Luo Xiaoma's origin was too great, for example a secret core disciple of a 9-star sect, what should they do? Many smart cultivators looked at Ning Qingxue and thought she was from the ethereal immortal pond. If they couldn't get in touch with Emo, then they could suck up to the ethereal immortal pond. Thinking about this, All these cultivators looked at Ethereal Immortal Pond but found that it was already filled with visitors from big sections. Heaven Star Sect, Golden Sword Sect, Fusion Joy Sect, and even 9-star sects Heaven Demon Sect and Magic Wind Valley. Yu Chicho nodded and said loudly, Luo Xiaomo's original name is Emo. He's a solo cultivator from the North Sand. That's right, everyone already guessed that he's the creator of the spirit-weaving pill. He's the first pill king to use Spirit Sense pill spell and create a new system of pill concoction. Yu Chichao couldn't keep talking as the scene was filled with the exclamations and discussion of everyone. Such an young level 7 pill king was already unheard of, and this pill king recreated the Heaven Glory pill in 3 days. Now he was also the creator of the spirit-weaving pill. How many cultivators would benefit from the spirit-weaving pill? Heaven Glory pill was precious, but even without it, people could make it past Golden Core state. But spirit-weaving pill was different. Cultivators from Qi gathering to body condensation state all needed it. Although level 4 spirit pills weren't much help to body condensation state, it was still better than nothing. Everywhere, there were countless cultivators each year who had injured soul or spirit sense. Most of them were low-level cultivators. But now with the spirit-weaving pill, they wouldn't have such worry. That's why this pill was a pill that benefited the entire cultivator population. No one wasn't grateful for the creator of the spirit-weaving pill, Emo. It could be said that knowing Emo was the creator of the spirit-weaving pill, his fame reached the peak. There was no more doubt anymore. No one doubted about Emo recreating the Heaven Glory pill. Some cultivators with injured soul and spirit sense were in tears. They finally saw the hope of cultivation again. No one laughed at them. Everyone knew that not being able to cultivate for a cultivator was equivalent to death. Yu Chicho suddenly said loudly, As the city lord of Pill City, I hope everyone can support Emo push the spirit-weaving pill across the entire South Peace state, across the entire Luo Yu continent. Let the spirit-weaving pill benefit all the cultivators in Luo Yu. Those who want to target Emo and harm him, I just want to say that this will be trying to fight with the Pill City, fight with all the cultivators in the cultivation realm. Support Emo, support Pill City, support Yu City Lord. Those who dare to harm Pill King Yi are trying to harm us. Who is it? Who dares to harm Pill King Yi? I will be the first to disagree. A chaotic chi swept over the scene when the countless cultivators heard that there would be people trying to harm Emo. If anyone dared to stand out, he would be ripped apart by chi. One could see how much cultivators on Luo Yu continent feared soul and spirit sense injury. The elders of Infinity Sect and Lightning Cloud Sect's faces were extremely bleak. No one said a thing. Ning Qingxue clasped Emo's hands tightly. She was a little scared, not expecting that Emo would have such popularity. Ning Qingxue clasped Emo's hands tightly. She was a little scared, not expecting that Emo would have such popularity. Emo knew that the spirit-weaving pill succeeded beyond thought, but even he didn't expect that when he stood here it would cause such a scene. There was no way he wasn't excited. If he knew that the spirit-weaving pill would cause such commotion, would he not need to come to the Pill King tournament? But Emo immediately shook his head. It would rally the support of the majority of cultivators, but not really those high-level cultivators. Only his level 7 Pill King identity would gather a group of high-level cultivators. If he wanted to stand straight in the South Peace state, spirit-weaving pill was just a foundation. The level 7 Pill King identity was the guarantee. Emo, you can say a few words. Yu Chichao nodded to Emo. Emo knew that the city lord was trying to bring popularity to him. He stood up and said loudly, Thank you friends for your love. I will push out the spirit-weaving pill as fast as I can. Those friends who want to buy the spirit-weaving pill can stay in the Pill City or go to my city, Mou City, a year later. Mou City was the dual river city of the Han Liang Empire originally. Now it's my city, it's called Mou City now. Thank you everyone. Emo used this opportunity to promote his Mou City. As for setting up supply at Pill City, it was as a gesture of gratitude. The spirit-weaving pill concoction method was special, but it was nothing compared to the support of Yu Chichao. He planned to give the method of spirit-weaving pill concoction to Yu Qichao. He couldn't start pulling people over to his city as soon as Yu Qichao helped him. So he's EMO, he's indeed extremely talented. No wonder he's the soar into existence person. Shan Bingfeng of Clear Dream Mosque heard this and finally realized why her disciple Ling Xiaoshuan went to Mou City. Yemo was famous now, and he had the ability to protect himself. The white jade tablet of the South Peace State Golden Core State Trial Tablet would show his name. Yu Qichao nodded. He was very happy with Yemo's words. Although he didn't fear that Pill City would lose popularity after Mou City was built, he was very happy with Yemo's attitude. After Yemo got off, Yu Qichao said, "Now I'll invite Guan Tian Pill King to announce the top 10 Pill Kings of the tournament. 3 days later, the cultivators in Pill City can ask the top 50 Pill Kings or Pill Masters to concoct pills for free. The duration is 3 days. You need to supply spirit herbs yourself." Even though people already guessed who the top 10 were, people still anticipated them. Pill King Tournament Number 1, Yemo. At the same time, he also got level 7 Pill King badge. He will become the honorary Vice City Lord of the Pill City and will have the authority of Pill City City Lord. Second, Zhou Qian, awarded level 6 Pill King badge, Pill City Honorary Elder. He will have the authority of Pill City Elder. Third, Su Banchang. While Shen Guanqing was reading this, the level 2 Pill King Jian Qiqi, who said at the Pill Rest Tower that the spirit-weaving pill was impossible, didn't even dare to look at Gu Wenqian. He was slapped in the face but didn't dare to say anything. Those Pill Masters and Pill Kings who supported him before didn't dare to say a thing either. Ji Yaoting remembered that he said he would worship someone as his master if that person could concoct the spirit-weaving pill, but he didn't dare to stand out now either. It wasn't that it was embarrassing, but it was a different story if a level 7 Pill King would even take him in. He wanted someone to bring this up, but no one remembered it. Yemo rejoiced though, however. He didn't expect to be rewarded as the honorary Vice City Lord of the city. He had real authority. This was more useful than 100 level 7 Pill King badges. He knew that if he nodded, he would immediately become the real Vice City Lord. But to him, an honorary Vice City Lord was enough. He needed fame, and now he was famous enough. He didn't need to stay here and become a Vice City Lord. He had his own Mou City. Many people immediately came up to congratulate Yemo. Yemo had become one of the most famous people in South Peace State now, despite of his low cultivation level. This Pill King tournament has concluded. Those friends who want to ask Pill Kings to concoct pills can apply at the Pill Association 3 days later. Shen Guanqing said this, and the Pill City Square responded with a wave of applause and joy. Ji Ling got up and was about to find Yemo, but Yu Qichao stopped him. "Brother Ji, no need to rush. He's having a reunion with his wife. 3 days later, Yemo will go to the Pill Association." "Ha, I understand. Ji Ling laughed. Yemo didn't take Ning Qingxue to leave. He greeted the Pill Kings and then came up to the judge panel and thanked Yu Qichao and Shen Guanqing as well as the judges. Then he took out his jade card and said to Ji Ling, "Thank you Qian Bei for taking of Mou at Peihai. I will remember it to heart." Ji Ling laughed. No rush. Have your reunion with your wife first. I will wait for you at the Pill Association 3 days later." Lu Wuhu got up and smiled to Yemo. "Remember, you owe me one." Yemo wanted to ask why Lu Wuhu did this, but Lu Wuhu dashed and disappeared. Gao He and Jiang Yi all came to talk to Yemo. They were judges, but now Yemo was a level 7 Pill King and had surpassed them. Zhao Shuntian just wanted to talk to Yemo when he received a message. He looked at it, and his face changed immediately. He quickly said goodbye and left. Yemo knew now wasn't the time to get revenge, so he didn't stop them. Yu Qichao smiled to Yemo. "Take care of yourself. Remember to come the Pill Association 3 days later. I will go greet my sect and then I'll leave with you." Ning Qingxue finally calmed down now. Although her master tried to push her to the Lightning Cloud sect, it was still her sect. When she first came to Ethereal Immortal Pond, without the protection of the Ethereal Immortal Pond, there would be nothing of her left. Yemo nodded and took Ningqingxue by the hand as they headed quickly towards the ethereal immortal pond. The ethereal immortal pond was filled with the high-level cultivators of the big sections. Clearly, they knew that Yemo and Ningqingxue would come here. As soon as Yemo came, there were all sorts of invitations and greetings. Ningqingxue's master looked awkwardly at all the people greeting Yemo and didn't know how to go up and talk. But Ningqingxue came over and bowed. "Master, I've found my husband. I will leave with him. I can't go back to the sect." "Thank you, Master, and the sect for your help and care." Yes, naturally." Jinheen didn't know how to reply to Ningqingxue. Elder Qi on the side grabbed Ningqingxue's hand and said, Great, Qingxue, it's great that you were able to find your husband. Of course you need to go with him. No matter where you are, Ethereal Immortal Pond will always be your home. You can come back at any time." Then, she looked at Yemo and asked Ningqingxue, "This is your husband, Pill King Yemo, right? He's indeed a dragon amongst men." Ningqingxue knew that the elder said all this because of Yemo's status, but she was still grateful. "Thank you, Elder Qi, I will remember that." Yemo could tell that they treated Ningqingxue decently before, but they were all this polite mostly due to him. But even so, he was grateful that they offered Ningqingxue protection before he found her. "Qingxue, I will take you to see someone. The reason I came here was due to her help. If it wasn't for her, we might not be able to see each other yet." Yemo was planning to take Ningqingxue to see Jing Yingli. He was very grateful to her. "My sister left. She said she will find you 3 days later at the Pill Association," Jing Yingming said uncomfortably while watching Yemo and Ningqingxue. "My sister left. She said she will find you 3 days later at the Pill Association," Jing Yingming said uncomfortably while watching Yemo and Ningqingxue. Yemo felt a little sad. He wanted to tell her to go back with him. She clearly knew that he came for her but left. Clearly, she wouldn't live back at that small yard of Xingda. Yemo wanted to call out to Gu Wenqian and Xingda but found they were already surrounded by cultivators. Gu Wenqian was full of bliss. He felt his decision was very wise. If he didn't serve Yemo as master before, there was no way he would be able to serve Yemo as master now. There were too many people who wanted to be Yemo's disciple, but only he succeeded. Xingda, who stood next to Gu Wenqian, had a red face. Since when did those high-up pill master and pill kings as well as high-level cultivators care about a foundation establishment state cultivator like her? Now because her master was a level 7 pill king, they all came. Yemo didn't call the two and took Ningqingxue back to the yard by himself. When they came to the bedroom, Yemo embraced Ningqingxue and said apologetically, "Sorry, Qingxue, I offended the Lightning Cloud sect and Infinity sect, so I didn't dare to contact you. I was afraid." "I know." Ningqingxue blocked Yemo's mouth with her lips. She already knew that Yemo didn't come for her and Sister Luoying because he had his reasons. She could feel Yemo's worry and longing for her. Yemo stopped his explanation and carried Ningqingxue up without hesitation. The temperature in the room started to escalate, and Ningqingxue was already lost in Yemo's arms. After this long-awaited reunion, her emotions were all over the place. She forgot about everything as her body shivered and moaned in Yemo's arms. Ningqingxue's soft and aromatic body made Yemo unable to control himself. Soft emotions like water, reunion like a dream. The outside world had calmed down now and there was no more conversation between the two, but this tranquility said more than all the words could say. Ningqingxue had never slept so comfortably like today. Before, all she did other than think about Yemo and her parents was cultivation. This morning, she woke up to find Yemo staring at her. She just realized that her dress had been ripped apart, and felt a little embarrassed. After she came out with Yemo, Gu Wenqian and Xingda were already waiting to greet their new mistress. Ningqingxue quite liked Xingda. These few days, Yemo started teaching Gu Wenqian's Spirit Sense Pill spell and basic Whirlpool technique. Although the Whirlpool Pill concoction technique originated from the Illusion Cloud Sword technique, Yemo felt it was impracticable to teach Gu Wenqian the sword technique. He separated the whirlpool pill concoction method from the illusion cloud sword technique and formed a unique pill concoction system. Then, he taught that Gu Wenqian. As for Ning Qingshua's cultivation method, he had decided to change it after she reached nascent soul state to a new cultivation method birth from the three-birth chant, three-birth God water chant. Ning Qingxue was pure water spirit root, but she started cultivation late, and wasn't as good as other pure spirit root cultivators. However, that was no problem to Yemo. Yemo believed that her cultivation speed wouldn't be slower than Su Jing when after cultivating this. Before seeing Yemo, Ning Qingxue worked hard on cultivation, but she felt something was missing. Now that she was with Yemo, she didn't have that feeling and her cultivation progress soared. Although Yemo didn't have Dihua Beast inner core, he had lots of blue wind pills, and that was enough for Ning Qingshue's cultivation. The only pity was that he knew from Ning Qingxue that Luoying was in solitary cultivation. Even so, Yemo still decided to see the people from Black Eye Sect when he went to the Pill Association and asked them about Luoying. The second day after the Pill King tournament, Yemo was persuading Ning Qingxue to change the storage ring because she was still using the ordinary storage ring he made at Luoyu City. However, Gu Wenqian came in at this moment saying that the sect leader of Lightning Forgery Sect was here. Yemo dazed, he didn't arrange for a meeting. With his current status, ordinary sects wouldn't just come up and visit. Yemo didn't think much, he became famous to seek protection, not to show off. It was better for the current him to know some more people. When Gu Wenqian brought in 2 cultivators, Yemo immediately remembered the Lightning Forgery Sect and why they came to visit him. They were probably scared that he would look for trouble with them. The Golden Core State Peak Stage cultivator at the back was clearly Huang Yushan. He knew him from the Herb Valley and made him pay the road toll with spirit herbs. Huang Yushan got 3 5-color lotus, and he took 2. Indeed, with his current status, he didn't even need to do anything himself to look for trouble with the 6-star sect. But Yemo never thought about looking for trouble for them. Even if he did, he would only look for trouble with Huang Yushan, not his sect. Plus, he already forgot about this long time ago. The sect leader was a red-faced cultivator, he was Hollow Spirit State Peak Stage, and he immediately saluted with his fists when he saw Yemo. Lightning Forgery Sect's Dong Xianming greets Pil King Yi. I brought my delinquent disciple Huang Yushan to ask for forgiveness. Yemo waved his hand, wanting to say he didn't care at all when Dong Xianming took out a 5-colored lotus and said, We don't have anything good. I heard that Pil King Yi was collecting Lodi, so we've brought a 5-color lotus. Please don't reject us. This is a 5-color lotus, Gu Wenqian exclaimed. It was just a level 5 spirit herb, but as a Pil King, of course Gu Wenqian knew its value. Yemo never intended to take anything from Dong Xianming, but after seeing the 5-color lotus, he stopped his words mid-sentence. Only Yemo knew the real value of the 5-color lotus. Yemo took it without hesitation. He then saluted with his fists to Dong Xianming. Sect leader Dong, I do need this indeed, thank you. But accepting this has nothing to do with Brother Huang. I've already forgotten about the things at the Herb Plain. Don't worry, I will soon go back to MOU City. If the Lightning Forgery Sect needs my help, please come to MOU City. I will do what I can. Dong Xianming rejoiced. He was just coming to ask for forgiveness. Of course he wanted to connect with Yemo, but without a special reason. A 6-star sect had no right to connect with a level 7 Pil King, but since Yemo said this, it meant that he approved of their sect connecting with MOU City. The Lightning Forgery Sect was a 6-star sect, but they had 2 body condensation state peak stage elders. However, they didn't have the Kuan filling pill to break through. If they got Kuan filling pill, the Lightning Forgery Sect might be able to ascend to a 7-star sect. Realizing this, Dong Xianming didn't dare to waste time. He quickly thanked Yemo and left with Huang Yushan. He was going back to his sect to prepare spirit herbs to ask Yemo to concoct Kuan filling pill. Luckily, after that, no one else came to visit Yemo. They probably all knew that Yemo was having a reunion with his wife and didn't want to disturb them. 3 days passed quickly and Yemo brought Gu Wenqian to the Pill Association. They were all top 50, so they had to concoct pills for 3 days. Ning Qingxue and Xingda stayed in the yard to cultivate. Yemo. Just when they got to the door of the Pill Association, they were stopped by an extremely pretty nun. Yemo was sure that he had never seen a nun this pretty, not even Ling Shishuang was as pretty as this. The nun spoke again. I'm Shan Bingfeng, you might not know me but you've probably heard of my disciple, Ling Shishuang. Yemo didn't say anything, he didn't need to worry about anyone trying to harm him. I want to chat with you alone. Shan Bingfeng smiled again. Yemo nodded to Gu Wenqian and said, You go in first, I will have a chat with this Shan Qianbei. As soon as Gu Wenqian came to the Pill Association, a large group of people surrounded him. They were either sect leaders or at the very least body condensation state cultivators. There were no weak or low-status people here, but Gu Wenqian knew that these people were here for his master. As soon as Gu Wenqian came to the Pill Association, a large group of people surrounded him. They were either sect leaders or at the very least body condensation state cultivators. There were no weak or low-status people here, but Gu Wenqian knew that these people were here for his master. Gu Wenqian could only tell them that his master has some temporary business, and would be here in a while. Usually, if some other people dared to say this, they would have already raged, but for this new level 7 Pill King they didn't dare to say anything. They all expressed that they didn't mind waiting. In a room not far away in a pill rest tower, Shan Bingfeng poured a cup of spirit tea for Yemo, making Yemo even more confused. In Yemo's perspective, she was at least disaster transformation state. But Yemo didn't think that she came to him for pill concoction. He felt that she wasn't the type to suck up to people even if they were a level 7 Pill King. Plus, even if he wanted to help her, he wasn't able to concoct disaster transformation state peak stage pills. What shocked Yemo even more was that Shan Bingfeng didn't say anything after pouring the tea. She just smiled and looked at him from head to toe, then toe to head. Yemo was getting shivered. He suddenly thought of Qin Wuxin's master. Did this Shan Bingfeng have the same idea and try to persuade Ling Shishuang to be his wife? But the entire Pill City knew that Ning Qingxue was his wife. There was no way she didn't know. Yemo looked at Shan Bingfeng and suddenly thought, if he had to choose he might choose this Shan Bingfeng rather than her disciple. But then Yemo thought, what was he thinking? Shan Bingfeng was a disaster transformation state cultivator. Who knows how old she was? Plus, how could he choose another woman? Shan Bingfeng suddenly said, I called you here not to marry Shishuang to you, nor do I want to marry you myself. Huh? Yemo had never felt so awkward before, his face even blushed. He wasn't vigilant of her and let her see through his heart. Thinking about this, Yemo collected his thoughts and didn't dare to think much. Shan Bingfeng smiled. It's not that I can read your mind but that I saw you weren't focused and guessed what you thought through your expression. You don't need to worry, it's normal that you had such thoughts. Yemo regained his composure and said with a little embarrassment, I was thinking randomly, please don't mind Qianbei. Yemo wasn't sure if she really guessed his thoughts through expression, but he knew that she must have used some mind-reading ability. Since she already knew, he might as well admit it. But Yemo didn't mind, that only happened because he wasn't alert. Shan Bingfeng smiled. If you have a good impression of Xiushuang, I can help you with a few words. Yemo quickly waved his hand. No, I feel nothing towards her. That was true. He really didn't have any intentions for other women. Shan Bingfeng nodded, seeing that Yemo was being genuine. She asked, You've tried the Golden Core State Trial Tablet at South Peace City? Yemo heard this and breathed easy. Yes, I have, but my power was limited and I wasn't able to leave my name behind. Yemo said this and immediately knew his guess was right. The person who tried after him must have been Ling Xiushuang. Shan Bingfeng shook her head. No, it's not that your power wasn't strong enough, but your power amongst people of the same level is too absurd, causing the soar into existence White Jade Tablet to appear. The White Jade Tablet won't show your name, but now that you can protect yourself, the tablet probably shows your name if I'm not wrong. Soar into existence? Yemo frowned. He did see a White Jade Tablet, but that tablet didn't have his name on it. Did his name really appear now? That's right. The annihilation divine damnation at South Peace State a year ago was also caused by you, right? With this, Emo immediately reacted. The divine damnation when he ascended to nascent soul state wasn't 4-9 divine damnation but 9-9 divine damnation. That was indeed an annihilation divine damnation. Shan Bingfeng looked at Emo's expression and knew she guessed right. She sighed. I've heard of the annihilation divine damnation, but I've never heard of anyone who could survive it. You're the first cultivator I know to have survived the annihilation divine damnation. Emo smiled. I happen to have a few good defense magic artifacts. I was lucky. Shan Bingfeng shook her head. Those who pass the annihilation divine damnation don't do so due to luck. With the appearance of the white jade tablet, it means you're the person to face the great disaster, the great change or disaster of the cultivation realm. Emo was dazed. Did the heavens give him the great task of defending against the disaster of the Luoyu continent? This was a bit too bullshit, he immediately said. Shan Qianbei, I need to face the great calamity of the cultivation realm? Shan Bingfeng's face sunk and immediately said, No, the calamity came because of you. If it wasn't for you, the Luoyu cultivation realm wouldn't face such a big calamity, at least not now. The calamity was brought forward because of you. You did those bad things, it's not a stretch to say you deserve to die. Hearing this, Emo immediately became uncomfortable and his tone also went cold. All I've ever done is fight for my cultivation. I've never done anything morally wrong, even if there is a calamity of the cultivation realm. What does that have to do with me? I don't dare to take that accusation, Shan Qianbei. Shan Bingfeng realized her tone was over the top. After all, Emo's fame was greater than hers right now, so she subconsciously softened her tone. Think about it, did you touch some seal or encounter something unexplainable? Emo suddenly thought of that octagonal seal in the All-Herb mountain ranges as well as that terrifying space-devouring spirit in the herb plane, the invisible killing force of the Truth Fall Palace Level 7. He even got his Miss Lotus heart fire in a strange way. It was quite possibly that someone was growing it there. Was the cultivation realm going to face a great disaster because he touched those things? Emo didn't hide things except for how he got his Miss Lotus heart fire. A master like Shan Bingfeng wouldn't lie to him, and so he didn't need to hide it. Hearing this, Shan Bingfeng indeed frowned. After a moment she said, My words were a bit over the line just then, but you don't need to blame yourself. I'm experienced in fortune-telling, but it's my master who told me that the great calamity of the cultivation realm would come once the soar into existence tablet appears. If you didn't touch those seals and let those things in the herb plane and killing chi at the Truth Fall Palace come out themselves, it would mean that they are fully matured and that would cause an even greater disaster. From that aspect you did something good. It might cause less slaughter, but who knows? Regardless, as a level 7 pill king I hope you can really contribute when the great disaster comes. Emo quickly said. I will do all I can. Then, Shan Bingfeng said, I suggest you go see Lu Wuvu Qianbei, it will benefit you. Why? Emo blurted out. Shan Bingfeng just said, You will know once you go. I can't say the specifics, it's just a premonition. Shan Bingfeng just said, You will know once you go. I can't say the specifics, it's just a premonition. Emo quickly asked. Shan Qianbei, I have one thing to ask. Shan Bingfeng nodded and didn't speak. Emo quickly said, I actually came from a place outside Luoyu, that place is called Earth. When I first came, I came through a teleportation formation. I'm thinking that since this teleportation formation can teleport to Luoyu, it must be laid by some powerful being of Luoyu continent. I want to ask if there's a way to go back to Earth. Emo didn't really care if he went back or not, but after seeing Qingxue, he could tell she missed home. So did Su Jingwen. If possible, Emo wanted to take them back to visit. You're not from Luoyu continent? Shan Bingfeng looked at Emo in surprise. Emo nodded. Yes, but Wanbei came after that teleportation formation activated. Many people from where I came also came over too. There's such a teleportation formation? Shan Bingfeng frowned. Yemo agreed. Yes, this teleportation formation is divided into two parts. One is from my home to a small world. That teleportation formation is a 7-star formation. One from the small world to Luoyu continent. That formation is 9-star and a random location teleportation formation. After thinking for a long while, Shan Bingfeng said, I've never seen a 7-star teleportation formation, but I've seen a 9-star formation. But it's not a teleportation formation. 10,000 years ago, there was also an absurdly talented prodigy. His name was Chu Jiuyu. When Shan Bingfeng said this name, Yemo immediately asked, Qian Bei, are you talking about the forever #1 on the nascent soul state trial tablet? Shan Bingfeng nodded. That's right, it's him. It could be said that up until now, no cultivator who had ascended to an immortal could reach his level. He offended an extremely powerful and respected truth realization state peak stage cultivator at the time. That master invited more than 100 masters to attack him. Those 100 masters were all truth realization state cultivators. Even so, that didn't stop him. After he broke through the surrounding, he didn't run and instead fought back. In the end, all of the 100 truth realization state masters died. Ever since then, no one dared to mess with him. Yemo thought about this and couldn't help feeling admiring and longing. He just killed a 9-star sex disciple and he had to go hide everywhere. On the other hand, that guy slaughtered the 100 truth realization state cultivators who ganged up on him. Shan Bingfeng continued, The reason I'm talking about this Chu Jiuyu is because he's not only a powerful master but also the #1 formation Grand Master of Luoyu continent. He was at the level of setting up immortal formations. It was said that he could set up an immortal formation all by himself. His best formation was the 9-star formation. He lived in a village called the 9-star village. The attack and defense formation of the 9-star village is called the 9-star defense and attack formation. After Chu Jiuyu was rejected by the immortal Dao and couldn't ascend, he just broke through the space barrier of Luoyu continent and stepped into the void. It's not known where he went, but the 9-star village remains. Even now, the defense formation is perfectly fine. Where is the 9-star village now? Yemo immediately asked. He felt that the formation at the Small World and Duanheng ranges were related to Chu Jiuyu. If that was the case, then after Chu Jiuyu stepped into the void, he didn't get to the immortal realm but Earth. Then, he wanted to come back to Luoyu continent. He even set up the formation, but for some reason he didn't come back. Shan Bingfeng shook her head. The 9-star village doesn't exist anymore. A few thousand years ago, it was changed to the Fish Jump Through Dragon Gate village. After the village leader died, it was controlled by a worker in the village whose surname is Nangong. Now, the 8-star sect Nangong village is the Fish Jump Through Dragon Gate village from before, which is the 9-star village. It's where the South Peace State 10 Beauties Nangong Shaodai is at. Yemo asked. Shan Bingfeng smiled. You seem very into the South Peace State 10 Beauties. That's right, that's the village she's at. Yemo felt awkward. He was indeed very familiar with the South Peace State 10 Beauties. Shan Bingfeng took out a skin-made map and gave it to Yemo. This is a place I went in my early years. There's a spirit marrow pond there. You can go look for it after you reach Hollow Spirit State. If you can find it, then with your talent you can reach body condensation state in the shortest time. If possible, bring some out for Xiaoshuang. Yemo was shook. Spirit marrow pond map. Shan Bingfeng just gave it to him like that. Cultivators could digest the spirit qi of that faster without side effects. If he had a huge spirit marrow pond, Yemo was sure he would be able to reach Hollow Spirit State in less than half a year. Of course, he needed adequate amount of spirit marrow. Usually, spirit marrow pond came with spirit crystals. With such good things, why did Shan Bingfeng give it to him instead of her disciple? You want to ask why I didn't give it to Xiaoshuang, right? In fact, I really want to. Her talent is first grade, but it's far from yours. It would take her a long time before she reaches hollow spirit state, but I'm sure you will be able to reach hollow spirit state in 5 years. Other than that, Chu Jiuyu, you're the fastest progressing cultivator I know, Shan Bingfeng explained. Yemo knew what she meant. She wanted him to cultivate faster so he could help when the great disaster came. Realizing this, Yemo was touched by Shan Bingfeng's selflessness. He felt there were still a lot of cultivators with high morality in the cultivation realm, just like Old Man Kong Yi, Shen Guanqing, Yu Qichao, Ji Ling, and this Shan Bingfeng. Yes, Wan Bei will do my best. Yemo took the map respectfully. Even if the disaster had nothing to do with him, he couldn't just watch from the side. Shan Bingfeng nodded. I won't waste your time. Go do what you need to do. Please take care of Xushuang a little at MOU City. Yes, Wan Bei will be leaving. Yemo got up and left. When Yemo got to the Pill Association door, he thought of the fish jump through Dragon Gate thing again. He had an incomplete 8-trigram fish. He was missing the 2 shards of the fish tail. He wondered if that was related to the fish jump through Dragon Gate Village. If he knew this earlier, he would have spent more time to go to Japan and complete the piece. When Yemo came to the Pill Association, the cultivators waiting for him were already desperate and finally breathed easy when they saw Yemo come. Luckily, not many people had the right to ask him for pill concoction. It had to be a sect leader of at least body condensation state. With the help of the Heaven Flame, everyone who asked him for pill concoction left in satisfaction 2 days later. He even concocted a cauldron of Heaven Grade Level 7 cauldron filling pills for the God Wind Valley. Although there were no special grade pills, he had 5 top grade and 1 middle grade pills. Yemo was very happy with this, and so was the God Wind Valley. 2 days passed quickly and pretty much all the big sects have come to Yemo for pill concoction except for Infinity and Lightning Cloud sect. Yemo guessed that they probably knew what he did. However, the Black Eye sect didn't come. This made Yemo quite confused. He was waiting for them to come. The 3rd day, before Yemo began pill concoction, there was a ruckus outside. He scanned his spirit sense out, and saw a middle-aged man and woman causing a scene outside with the guard. Yemo wasn't planning to go out, but when he saw they were body condensation state, he walked out. City Lord Yi. The 2 guards immediately bowed. What is it? Yemo asked in confusion. Usually those cultivators who came to him were very polite, and even a little anxious. But these 2 were completely different. Hearing this, one guard quickly said, City Lord Yi, these 2 didn't make an appointment but they want to force their way here to find you, so I stopped them. Hearing this, one guard quickly said, City Lord Yi, these 2 didn't make an appointment but they want to force their way here to find you, so I stopped them. Even though Yemo did free pill concoctions, one had to make appointments to see him and had to have a certain status. Lin Yibin greets Pill King Yi, this is my wife Su Tong. The middle-aged man quickly saluted with his fists. Yemo studied the 2. Lin Yibin looked average and was short, but Su Tong was an extremely pretty woman. She was on par with Xiao Shui. The 2 really didn't match, but they seemed to love each other. Yemo saluted with his fists. Brother Lin, because these few days are free, there are many people who come to me for pill concoction. If you want to be part of it, you can make an appointment. Even if the appointments are full, I will make an exception and concoct pills for you once. Yemo just saw Qingxue again and had a good resonance with happy couples. Lin Yibin heard this and immediately saluted with his fists. Thank you for your kindness, Pill King Yi, but I came with my wife not for pill concoction but for something else. If Pill King Yi is not willing, I will leave immediately and won't affect your business. Lin Yibin didn't say what it was, but he really did seem to be in trouble, so Yemo nodded. In that case, come in with your wife and tell me. Thank you, Pill King Yi. Lin Yibin saluted with his fists. The 2 guards saw that Yemo agreed, so they didn't say anything. They just continued to guard outside. The restrictions inside this room was powerful enough to stop disaster transformation state cultivators. Yemo let the 2 sit down and said, Please tell me now what you need me for. Pill King Yi, my wife and I came to join you. Lin Yibin bowed to Yemo. It was quite something for a body condensation state to bow to a nascent soul state cultivator like this, even though Yemo was a level 7 pill king. Yemo was a level 7 pill king now, and there were too many people trying to join him. He wouldn't care about 2 body condensation states saying this. Plus, he had offended a lot of people who knew if they genuinely came to join him. Seeing that Yemo didn't talk, Lin Yibin suddenly reached out a hand and said, I, Lin Yibin, swear to the heavens that if anything I said today is false, I will never be able to successfully pass divine damnation, and the divine damnation will disintegrate my soul. Hearing this, Yemo was moved. This was the most serious type of oath for cultivators. Then Sutong said, I, Sutong, say the same as my husband. If my husband said anything false, my soul will also be disintegrated by divine damnation. Yemo continued, Even if you want to join me, such an oath won't be necessary. Is there something else? Lin Yibin nodded. Yes, Pil King Yi, we have nowhere else to go. Lin Yibin said. We're on the must-kill list for the Lightning Cloud sect. We've been hiding everywhere. This Pil King tournament, we wanted to come here and get some pills and keep hiding, but we've been found by the Lightning Cloud sect's people. But in the Pill City, they can't do anything. Now that the Pil King tournament is over, we can't stay here forever, so we came here seeking your protection. Yemo exclaimed to himself, this Lightning Cloud sect was so domineering. 2 body condensation state cultivators were forced with nowhere to go. Yemo nodded. There are so many Pill Kings in the Pill City, why choose me? Lin Yibin immediately said. Our power isn't really high in the Pill City, so other people might not take us seriously. Other Pill Kings won't offend a 9-star sect for us too. But Pil King Yi is not only a level 7 Pil King but also the City Lord of Mou City. You will need people to help you, so we chose you. Yemo sneered. Other people are scared of offending 9-star sects. Although I'm level 7 Pil King, I'm only nascent soul state power. How come I dare to offend them? Sutong suddenly spoke. Pil King Yi's name suddenly appeared in the white jade tablet of South Peace City Golden Core State Trial Tablet. You're the first of Golden Core State Trial Tablet. It said that Pil King Yi left that night suddenly. Tian Aofing was killed in the Heartless Sea. That night the Lightning Cloud sect came to South Peace City for investigation. Many people already guessed that Tian Aofing's incident is related to Pil King Yi. Yemo suddenly laughed. Great, in that case, come back with me to Mou City. We have a common enemy, so we're friends. My principle is that if you respect me 1 inch, I will respect you 1 meter. But there was something Yemo didn't say. If you harm me once, I will hurt you 10 times. But he didn't need to say it, as the two both understood. After the two left, Yemo started thinking about his Mou City. He knew that they were genuinely here to join him, but the power difference between them was too great. With this, sometimes he couldn't ask them for help for secret things. Yemo shook his head and sighed. He would arrange for the two to go to Mou City first. As for the Herb King's spirit range he was going to look for, it was best not to tell anyone. Then, Jingyingli brought Yi Pandai over. Yemo quickly got up. He was very grateful to her. Without her, there wouldn't be the current him. Jingyingli immediately waved her hand and said, I know you want to thank me, there's no need. You've already concocted pills for me, I might be asking you for help in the future. Today, I brought Martial Sister Pandai here. Yi Pandai felt a little awkward and bowed. Last time at the Truth Fall Palace Forbidden Grounds, thank you Martial Brother Yi for saving my life. Please don't mind about my previous offenses to you. Yemo let the two sit and said, Why mention those minor things? It was all just a misunderstanding, don't sweat it Martial Sister Yi. By the way, congratulations on your reunion with your wife, she's very pretty. Jingyingli saw that Yi Pandai only said one sentence and fell quiet, so she continued. Yemo thanked Jingyingli again and felt that there was something on her mind. He was planning to invite her to go Great Zhou Mountain with him, but he stopped the thought. They spoke for a moment and Jingyingli left with Yi Pandai. Yemo felt some loss. He felt that the tacit feeling between him and Jingyingli was gone now. That night, Yemo chatted with Jiling for an entire night and then went to the city lord estate chatting with Yuchi-Chao and a few pill kings for a few days, discussing pill Dao. He then taught his method of concocting the spirit-weaving pill to Yuchi-Chao. Although he learned things from the three-birth chant, his discussion with Yuchi-Chao and the pill kings proved beneficial. Seeing that Zhao Shuntian didn't come, Yemo intentionally asked. Xingguanqing told him that Chang Shun left the pill city. Without a doubt, Mo Yushin recognized him and Chang Shun Pill King left with him. He really wondered why this Chang Shun Pill King favored Mo Yushin that much. Yemo left the city lord estate with a Huasang pill. Even Yemo wanted to find out the pill recipe, much less Yuchi-Chao. From his talk with Yuchi-Chao, he felt that Yuchi-Chao probably knew he had the Heaven Glory pill recipe, but he didn't mention it. Yemo then went towards Lu Wuhu's place, but he still wasn't there. Helplessly, Yemo took Lin Yibin and Su Tong back to his place. After settling them down, Yemo was planning to go to Great Zhou Mountain. He didn't tell anyone about it other than Ning Qingxue, not even Gu Wenqian. "You're going again?" Ning Qingxue was very worried about Yemo. She didn't want him to leave alone after knowing his predicament. But Yemo knew that if he wanted to reach Hollow Spirit State, just cultivating hard wands enough. He had the three-birth chant, but the amount of spirit chi he required was too great. What everyone in the Pill City didn't expect was that many who wanted to keep asking Yemo for pill concoction received the news that Yemo was in solitary cultivation, apparently trying to break through to nascent soul state tertiary stage. What everyone in the Pill City didn't expect was that many who wanted to keep asking Yemo for pill concoction received the news that Yemo was in solitary cultivation, apparently trying to break through to nascent soul state tertiary stage. He even invited all formation sex leader, Jiling, to set up a level 8 defense formation. It could be said that other than the Pill Association and the City Lord Estate, his small yard's defense formation was the highest level. Many people seemed to have understood why Yemo said that MOU City would only have spirit-weaving pill for sale after a year. So Yemo was going to try break through to nascent soul state tertiary stage. But with his current nascent soul state level 5 power, it was quite tough to break through to nascent soul state level 7 in 1 year. Hearing this news, Tianji was the most unhappy. The Infinity Sect didn't say anything about this anymore, but he was set on killing Yemo and getting revenge for his disciple Tian Alfeng. At the Lightning Cloud Sect's place in the Pill City, a few elders above Body Condensation State, and even the two Truth Realization State Vice Sect leaders were gathered. Due to Yemo's status, some elders was hesitating on whether they had to kill Yemo. This is no longer getting revenge for Alfeng. Everyone knows that Yemo killed Alfeng. But if we give up revenge due to Yemo's status, then we won't be able to stand tall in the South Peace State, much less call ourselves a 9-star sect. A white-faced cultivator said coldly. He was cauldron-filling state already. I agree to Elder Zhong's words, plus Lin Yibin and Su Tong are also following Yemo. If we don't kill Yemo, how do we assert our authority in the South Peace State? How do we have the face to call ourselves a 9-star sect? Another cauldron-filling state elder said. The vice sect leader Jiang Jiano nodded. If the Lightning Cloud sect gave up on hunting Yemo, it would damage their reputation greatly. This wasn't just a matter of getting revenge for Tian Alfeng anymore. Infinity Sect, that bunch of turtles. Yemo killed their number 1 core sect member Yuan Guanan, but now they've still said nothing. Elder Zhong suddenly said. Jiang Jiano glanced at Elder Zhong and said calmly, if Elder Zhong thinks of the Infinity Sect like that, then you're greatly wrong. I'm sure that the Infinity Sect wants to kill Yemo more than us, but they don't need to brag about it like us. Sect leader Jiang is right. The Infinity Sect's leader Yang Feiqing and the Truth Realization State elder He Lin are both very calculative people. No one knows that Yemo killed Yuan Guanan yet, so of course they're not going to make a big commotion about it. The reason they don't want to kill Yemo with us is because they don't want to offend the Pill City City Lord and Jiling. Another elder said. Elder Zhong sneered. So according to you, the Infinity Sect isn't being a turtle, they just don't dare to get revenge. Elder Zhong, They don't want to offend Pill City, not because they're scared. I'm sure that the Infinity Sect's leader wants to kill Yemo more than us, but they don't have to do it overtly. Elder Luo rebuked. Seeing that Elder Zhong was still going to say something, Jiang Jiano waved a hand. Elder Luo is right. We don't need to doubt their intention to kill Yemo. Should we expose that Yemo killed Yuan Guanan? This way the Infinity Sect can work with us? A body condensation state cultivator asked quietly. No need. Jiang Jiano waved his hand. We only have to kill Yemo. It's the same whichever one of us kills him. If we expose Infinity Sect, it would make Yemo more careful instead. And we don't need to cause trouble at MOU City as discussed before. As long as Yemo isn't dead, we can't touch his land. There's Yu Qichao supporting him, we have to be careful. Plus, Yemo chatted with Shan Bingfeng for a long time. The Clear Dream Mosque also has a great perception of Yemo. It was as though the Infinity Sect really wasn't going to do anything to Yemo, who had left the Pill City already. But just as Jiang Jiano predicted, the sect leader Yang Feiqing stared at a few elders with a bleak face. Yemo killed their genius Yuan Guanan, but there was an elder saying that they couldn't find Yemo's trouble. What was this logic? A cauldron-filling state stood out and said, Yemo's built his fame, it's implausible to kill him overtly. The Lightning Cloud sect has to do this, but we don't. He has MOU City, and although we can't just attack MOU City, he will go back to MOU City eventually. We have two ways. One is we watch Yemo and we attack as soon as he returns to MOU City. He's a mere nascent soul state cultivator. Even if he has body condensation state bodyguards, it would be too easy to kill him. Yang Feiqing nodded. Feng Murong, keep talking. The cauldron-filling state cultivator continued. Second, Yemo hasn't been in South Peace State for long, and neither has that Ning Qingshu had been in Ethereal Immortal Pond for long. I'm thinking they're from the same place. We just need to investigate if there are more people Yemo is familiar with or close to and do something from there. Yang Feiqing nodded. Great, this is a good idea. Elder Feng, I'll leave this with you, but don't disclose anything about Yemo killing Yuan Guanan. Don't investigate that issue for now. Yemo is good at stealth. It's not practical to watch him at the Pill City. Yes. Feng Murong saluted with his fists. I've sent people to investigate, and the results are here. But it's not passed up here yet. The other truth realization state immediately waved his hand. Bring it in now. Yes, Ancestor Marshal Uncle He. The cauldron-filling state cultivator sent a message, and a moment later, a messenger flying sword appeared on his hand. He looked at it and immediately said, There are 4 girls with Ning Qingxue. Luo Susu and Tang Beiwei went to 9-star sect Black Eye sect. Yunzi and Luo Fei went to 7-star sect Sword Valley. Yang Feiqing frowned and suddenly said, Immediately prepare gifts for these 2 sects and propose to these 4 girls for our core sect member. Give Black Eye sect another cultivation spirit pill and a spirit range. As for Sword Valley, Marshal Uncle He, I'll have to rely on you. The elders took a few breaths in. The price the sect leader named was too high. The entire sect only had a middle-grade spirit range and 6 low-grade spirit ranges. Plus there was the cultivation spirit pill, that was a heaven-grade level 9 pill. It was a pill needed by disaster transformation state to break through to truth realization state. 1 pill was worth an entire 7-star sect. Even a few Yuan Guanans weren't worth this price, much less 1. Yet this price wasn't even for directly killing Yemo. At this moment, Yemo was a few 100,000 kilometers from the Pill City. Qingshu has stayed in the Pill City for safety. Great Zhou Mountain wasn't too far, and it took Yemo 3 days to arrive at the nearest town to the mountain, Jinmeng Town. Yemo had 9 transformations on him now, and he turned into a bearded middle-aged man. This was a place without a lot of spirit chi, and the highest-powered cultivator here was Nascent Soul State. After Yemo came here, he found that the structures here didn't match the population. Many buildings were very luxurious and well-built, but there weren't a lot of people here. Most of them were chi-gathering and cauldron-filling state. There weren't much golden core state cultivators. In order to stay low profile, Yemo showed his power to be foundation establishment state tertiary stage. There was about tens of thousands km radius around the Great Joe Mountain. It was extremely hard to find a spirit range here. Friend, are you here for the ancient ruin at the Great Joe Mountain? A monkey-mouthed Foundation establishment state appeared before Yemo and asked. Yemo was shook. Did everyone know about the Great Joe Mountain ruin? If that was the case, what was the point of him searching? In a corner that Yemo didn't notice, an ordinary golden core state cultivator saw Yemo, and his face immediately lit up with joy. Then, he turned away and left. There's an ancient ruin on the Great Joe Mountain? Yemo asked after a while. There's an ancient ruin on the Great Joe Mountain? Yemo asked after a while. The monkey-mouthed Foundation establishment state cultivator was dazed for a moment, and said uncertainly, So, friend, you're not here for the ruin. Well, there's indeed a ruin in there. Monkey Jian, you're scamming people again. A tall, handsome male cultivator walked up to Yemo and saluted with his fists. Friend, it's your first time at the Mang Mountain, right? Don't trust Monkey Jian, this guy's tricking you. How can there be so many ruins? Monkey Jian saw this Foundation establishment state cultivator, and his face immediately changed. He turned to leave without even saying anything to Yemo. Yemo studied this handsome male cultivator. He was also Foundation establishment state but was at the peak stage. He seemed cheerful and genuine, but Yemo had the feeling that his words weren't as truthful as Monkey Jian. This is your first time here at the Mang Mountain town, right? I'm Duani Tai, I've been here for some time. That guy you just saw is Monkey Jian, he scams foreign cultivators. You don't need to believe him, friend. Duani Tai smiled, seemingly very genuine. Yemo saluted with his fists and asked, Then may I ask Brother Duan if there really is an ancient ruin on the Great Joe Mountain? Duani Tai smiled. Monkey Jian isn't completely lying to you about this. Everyone knows about the ancient ruin on the mountain, but that isn't the case now. It was 10 years ago, large amounts of ancient ruins were revealed. Many cultivators came to search them. More and more cultivators came, eventually forming a small market. Mang Mountain Town was built at that time. In that case, then how is Monkey Jian scamming? Yemo asked in confusion. Duani Tai shook his head. It's because the ruin isn't real. 6 years ago, those people searching for the ruin eventually found a large lava pond. Almost all cultivators thought that was the entrance to the ruin, but in the end the lava pond exploded and none of the cultivators survived. There were said to be tens of thousands of casualties. Even now, you can still find some magic artifact shards at the outskirts of the lava pond. Some lucky cultivators might even get a golden core state master storage ring. Yemo frowned, thinking that Xing's grandpa was also tricked into coming here and died to the lava pond. Duani Tai explained. After the lava pond exploded, many masters came to check it out. There was even a truth realization state cultivator, but they didn't find anything. In the beginning, people came looking for storage rings, but as time went on, there were less and less people. So that was it. Yemo finally realized why the town was built so well but the population was so low. The spirit chi here was arid, and it really didn't seem like a place the Herb King's spirit range was at. Yemo was sure that Duani Tai didn't lie to him about this, as he could ask other people at any time about this. Just when Yemo wanted to leave, Duani Tai stopped him and said, Although the ancient ruin is fake, there are quite some good things not far away from here. This isn't a place to talk, please come with me. Yemo was a nascent soul state level 5 cultivator, and wasn't going to be afraid of Duani Tai, so he followed without question. Duani Tai was very happy with Yemo's attitude. The two didn't go very far before coming to a luxurious small building. There was a decent spirit gathering formation outside. Going inside, Yemo realized that it was a spirit rest tower. Many cultivators were resting here and chatting. A few Foundation establishment states were discussing about the Pill King tournament loudly. Yemo and Duani Tai walked up slowly and listened. Brother Hong, is that Pill King Yi really that strong? A middle-aged man-female cultivator with a knife scar on her face asked upon hearing that skinny old man talk. The old man looked at the female cultivator in contempt and raised his voice. He's not just strong, Just when everyone thought he was a level 7 spirit pill master and didn't have a rare flame, he beat all the pill kings in the first and second round and got first. On the 12 pill king steps, he took out the rare flame purple flower fire and fought his way up. No pill king could compare with him, not even a half-immortal pill king. How come I've heard that there was a pill king called Jiu Qian? He seems to be on par with that pill king Yi. Another cultivator said. The old man's face was very excited. Yeah, that Jiu Qian is also a tough guy. He acted as a level 9 spirit pill master but was actually a level 6 pill king. He even took out Heaven Flame 1 purple flare at the 10th pill king step. Many cultivators exclaimed hearing this. But at this time, that level 7 pill king Yemo reached out his hand and also released a flame. Do you know what flame it is? The old man asked. What flame is it? A few cultivators subconsciously asked. Hee, also a heaven flame called Mist Lotus Heart Fire. Its color was deeper than the 1 purple flare. In the end, Pill King Yi concocted heaven grade level 7 pills with Mist Lotus Heart Fire, but Jiu Qian failed. Brother Hong, how do you know it so well? Another cultivator asked. The old said proudly. Because I saw the Pill King tournament. When I was close to Pill King Yi, it was only 10 meters. Suddenly, the knife-scarred female cultivator asked shakily. Brother Hong, did you say that Pill King Yi is Yemo? He's really Yemo? The old man said in contempt. He's called Yemo for sure. He changed his name to Luo Xiaomo and then admitted he was Yemo. He also has a city called Mou City. Why would I lie? There were many people who went to see the tournament. If you don't believe me, you can ask around. The female cultivator became very excited and said shakily, Big Brother Hong, can you give me a painting of Pill King Yi? I'll give you spirit stones. Yemo scanned that female cultivator with his spirit sense. He didn't think that an irrelevant Pill King would cause her to be that excited. Yemo watched her closely and realized that he had indeed never seen her before. He didn't know why she was so excited after hearing his name, but suddenly, Duanitai said to Yemo, Friend, we're here. He opened the room and Yemo saw there were 2 cultivators there already, both Foundation Establishment State. One was actually a monk, the other of middle build, with short hair and black cultivator robes. Duanitai brought Yemo in and said, These 2 are Lu Xiao and Li Jilei. Then he said to the 2, The person who came with me is... Yemo saluted with his fists and said, I'm Ning Xiaoma, greetings. Duanitai waited for Yemo to sit down before saying, Since everyone knows each other now, I'll be straightforward. Brother Ning, there's a swamp in the outskirts of the Great Zhou Mountain called Zhou River Swamp. Have you heard of it, Brother Ning? Yemo shook his head. Brother Li, you can tell him you found it, Duanitai said to that blue-robed short-haired cultivator. Li Jilei nodded. Half a month ago, I went to Great Zhou Mountain with a few friends to look for magic artifact shards, but I smelled this aroma. I was sure that it was herb aroma. Just smelling it cleared my spirit. I feel it's at least a level 7 or above spirit herb. At the time, we were all very excited and charged to the source of the aroma. However, we found it to be inside the Zhou River Swamp. When we went inside, we startled a level 5 spirit beast. Before we did anything, the spirit beast was enraged and 2 of my friends died in the swamp. Only I survived. Then, Li Jilei subconsciously glanced at Yemo and saw that he was listening intently, so he said with some excitement, I went back and invited a few more friends over, but I never smelled that aroma again. My friends thought I was lying to them, so they all left, but I stayed. After a few more hours, I smelled that aroma again, and it was different than the herb's smell last time. This time, it only lasted about 8 minutes. At this moment, Duanitai intervened. After we heard what Brother Li said, we felt it's an ancient herb garden. It's very ancient and has many types of spirit herbs. Li Jilei nodded again. That's right, we went and checked a few days later and gathered that there would be herb aroma at midday only. Yemo suddenly asked. So you want me to go with you guys to find that spirit herb garden? Yes, Brother Ning, that level 5 spirit beast is strong, but it's only level 5 primary stage. We are all foundation establishment state level 9, and with this rune of mine, we can subdue it. Duanitai took out a level 6 ice shard rune. Yes, Brother Ning, that level 5 spirit beast is strong, but it's only level 5 primary stage. We are all foundation establishment state level 9, and with this rune of mine, we can subdue it. Duanitai took out a level 6 ice shard rune. Yemo nodded. With the sneak attack of a level 6 ice shard rune, it could indeed injure a level 5 primary stage beast. If they then attacked it together, it would be fine. But as a nascent soul state cultivator, all he needed was one slap to kill a level 5 beast. But Yemo didn't reject this. He didn't know where the Zhou River swamp was, and according to what Li Jilei said, it seemed that the area of the swamp was quite large. It might take a long time for him to find it himself. He might as well go with them. Seeing that Yemo agreed, Duanitai and them were very happy and wanted to leave immediately. To Yemo, the faster the better. Mang Mountain Town wasn't far from the Great Zhou Mountain. The spirit chi was so arid here, how could there be high-level spirit herbs? So Yemo had great anticipations for the spirit herbs that Li Jilei spoke of. What Yemo didn't expect was that when he came out with Duanitai and them, the scar-faced female cultivator had already left. She wasn't in his spirit sense range clearly, she had left the town. The swamp wasn't far from the town, but it wasn't close either. Yemo would only need 2 hours by himself, but following Duanitai, it took him a day and a half before he got near there. It was an endless swamp, there were sometimes putrid smells. It was very hard to imagine that this place was an ancient spirit herb garden. When Yemo reached his spirit sense inside here, there was nothing. He found that his spirit sense only had about 200 kilometers range inside this swamp. His spirit sense was restricted. Only formations and some special regions could limit spirit sense. If things go well, we should be able to smell the herb aroma if we stand here at midday. Me and my friends walked 50 kilometers east from here before we met that level 5 spirit beast. Li Jilei pointed at the swamp and said, "This swamp has a powerful suction force. The deeper you go, the more powerful it is. If we go in together, then even if we have the ice pick rune, we're no match for that spirit beast," Duanitai said. That monk Lushi said, "Brother Duan, you have a lot of tactics, just tell us what to do." Duanitai smiled and saluted with his fists. "In that case, I'll be straightforward. Inside is a 3-horned swamp crocodile. It's easily angered. I have a level 5 acceleration rune. We should send one of us who is fast and use the rune to enrage the spirit beast and draw it out. Once it's at the outskirts, the other 3 will ambush the crocodile. Then," he said as though in embarrassment, "I'm an earth-style cultivator. I'm very slow, otherwise I can do this job well. How about I go, although I'm wood element, but I should be fine with Brother Duan's level 5 acceleration rune." "Lu," she suddenly said. Li Jilei shook his head. "No, your build is too big, even with the rune it would be very hard for you." Yemo heard this and sneered. What did having a big figure have to do with acceleration rune? He was sure that it wasn't the first time these guys came here. They dragged him here for him to attract the spirit beast. Simply put, they were sending him to die. Using a foundation establishment state cultivator to lure a level 5 spirit beast, this was suicide. Yemo was sure that even if he didn't agree, these 3 might have some other way. But Yemo never intended on working with these guys. Just when he wanted to go in alone, he smelled a faint herb aroma. "It's midday, do you guys smell the herb aroma?" Li Jilei asked excitedly. Lu Shi and Duanitai all nodded. This time, Yemo didn't want to wait for these guys to play any tricks, so he said, "I'll go, my flying means are pretty decent." Then Yemo charged into the swamp without the acceleration rune. He knew the herb aroma only lasted 15 minutes, he didn't dare to waste time at all. Hearing that Yemo would go, the 3 all rejoiced, but before they could say anything Yemo went in already. "Wait, the acceleration rune," Duanitai said, but Yemo was already gone. "Brother Duan, what do we do?" He didn't take the acceleration rune. Li Jile said disappointedly. Lu Shi shook his head. This guy wants to die. Let's go back and find someone else. Duan Tai sighed. This Ning Xiaoma is probably the best person for the job. He charged in without hesitation after sensing the herb aroma. He's clearly a greedy cultivator. Pity, he didn't take our acceleration rune. Even if he dies, it won't benefit us at all. Then he thought for a moment and said, Let's wait here for a while. We might get something unexpected. Yemo didn't know that Duan Tai did something to the acceleration rune, but even if he did, it was pointless. Yemo was a pill king. He had even seen the level 9 spirit herb 9 color lotus. But the herb aroma that floated in his nose was at least level 9 or above. Above level 9 was immortal herb. Yemo didn't even dare to imagine what was there. Of course, Yemo didn't have the mood to chat with these few Foundation establishment state cultivators, so he charged in. Yemo walked less than 200 kilometers and saw the level 5 spirit beast. Clearly, what Duan Tai said was completely wrong. This level 5 spirit beast was just an ordinary spirit beast in the swamp. It had nothing to do with the herb aroma. The only thing was that it was on the way to the herb aroma. Even if they killed this spirit beast, they wouldn't be able to see the herb garden. The spirit beast was level 5, but when it saw Yemo's momentum, it didn't even dare to move. Yemo didn't do anything to the beast and just charged over it, disappearing in the depth of the swamp. The deeper he went inside, the greater the suction force, so Yemo began to slow down. After another 500 kilometers, the herb aroma grew faint. Yemo estimated that the time was up, so he sped up. With a thud, a python that was 100 meters long shot out from the swamp and charged at Yemo, spitting a black water arrow at him. Clearly, Yemo passing over his terrain like nothing was here enraged it. Yemo was shook. He focused on flying and didn't notice this python. It was a level 6 peak stage swamp python. It was powerful, but not yet level 7 or Yemo would have to run. Without hesitation, Yemo released the solo octagonal cauldron. Yemo had finished spirit controlling 3 levels of restriction, so it was much easier to use than before. Yemo even released Zisu. The octagonal cauldron spun rapidly above his head and formed countless cauldron images that blocked the water arrow. The python didn't seem to expect his enraged attack to be blocked so easily, but before it could make another move, Zisu hacked out. Like a purple firework, the purple sword rays swooped the python as they increased in number. The python began to panic and waved its tail like crazy. Powerful beast cultivation essence clashed with Yemo's purple sword rays. Moments later, the python had tens of scars after a few scales came off. The python was furious and hissed before shooting out countless dark water arrows. The water arrows carried sharp beast essence and a putrid smell. It was on par with Yemo's purple sword rays. But the octagonal cauldron was too powerful, and with Yemo's powerful cultivation essence and spirit sense, the water arrows only wrung the cauldron. The octagonal cauldron was indeed very powerful, but Yemo still felt a sliver of pressure. This swamp was very strange. That powerful suction force seemed to be everywhere. He had to defend against the suction force while fighting the python. Who knew what would happen if he got sucked in? The octagonal cauldron was indeed very powerful, but Yemo still felt a sliver of pressure. This swamp was very strange. That powerful suction force seemed to be everywhere. He had to defend against the suction force while fighting the python. Who knew what would happen if he got sucked in? Thud, 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 the dark water arrows clashed with the octagonal cauldron again. At the same time, Yemo used illusion cloud formation kill strike without hesitation. He didn't want to drag the fight out. He had a bad feeling. Yemo wanted to trap the python and then kill it. The python noticed that Yemo wasn't easy to deal with and turned to run after the second wave of water arrows failed. It couldn't even mind the purple sword rays and let the Zisu cut a 10-centimeter deep wound. Yemo didn't chase it. This python ran away too fast. If it was slower and the illusion cloud formation kill strike fully formed, it wouldn't be able to get away. Plus, it wasn't easy for him to kill a level 6 peak stage python in this swamp. Emo stopped. After that fight, the aroma of the herb had completely disappeared. He didn't know where it came from at all. There was a boundless swamp ahead, and there was only the putrid smell of the swamp as well as that ever-increasing suction force. Wait, Soam, are you sure that person is Emo? A hollow spirit state peak stage asked a golden core state middle stage not far away from the Mang mountain town. The golden core state middle stage cultivator immediately replied, I don't dare to lie. Wanbei was sure that the big beard who went in the town is Emo. I've seen that Emo once. Although he wore a stealth mask, I'm sure that's him. Then where did he go? That hollow spirit state cultivator nodded with a calmer tone. He was very happy with the golden core state's answer. He discussed with a few Foundation establishment state cultivators in the Spirit Rest Tower for a long time before leaving town. They headed to the Zhou River Swamp. Very well, you may leave. Then the hollow spirit state peak stage cultivator waved his hand and a fire engulfed Wei Kong. Arg! Wei Tsung didn't get the lush reward he was expecting. He watched Emo, and now this was the recompense he got. Then, another hollow spirit state middle stage cultivator asked strangely, Marshal Brother Jean, how do you know Wei Tsung can guess which direction Emo went? That hollow spirit state peak stage elder sneered. That Emo is cunning like a ghost. It's impossible to block him at the door of the Pill City. With his status, irrelevant people aren't allowed to stay near him. Emo didn't dare to come out of the Golden Page world at all. He didn't even dare to throw out a surveillance formation. If he got caught by the two hollow spirit state cultivators, he would be dead for sure. Emo didn't dare to come out of the Golden Page world at all. He didn't even dare to throw out a surveillance formation. If he got caught by the two hollow spirit state cultivators, he would be dead for sure. Thus, Emo just started cultivation in the Golden Page world. Although the bitter bamboo had a spirit range to support it, its life force wasn't great, so Emo didn't dare to cultivate next to it. But when Emo saw the snow fox in the Golden Page world, he suddenly thought if he let the snow fox search for that herb, it might be effective. 3 days passed quickly. Emo's power didn't increase much. His cultivation essence just became a little bit more refined, but he was still nascent soul state level 5. Emo knew that if he continued cultivating like this for 3 years, he might still be unable to reach nascent soul state level 6, much less nascent soul state tertiary stage. The amount of spirit chi he needed was absurd. His cultivation essence and spirit sense were strong, but it was related to his need for spirit chi. There was no progress for these few days. Emo didn't want to keep cultivating. He threw out a surveillance formation. But what he saw wasn't the dark swamp but a pitch-black riverbed. This meant that with the suction of the swamp, the Golden Page world was no longer at the surface of the swamp. Emo immediately came out of the Golden Page world and stood by the side of the riverbed. He couldn't see the sky. Clearly this was underground. He didn't expect there to such a huge riverbed and a world like this here. In the pitch-black cold riverbed flew some putrid swamp mud. The Golden Page world was clearly brought here, meaning that the swamp wasn't static. Emo let out the snow fox without hesitation. The fox smelled the riverbed and immediately ran towards the opposite direction. The direction the snow fox was heading seemed to get lower and lower. Emo felt that he was moving to the heart of the earth. After following the snow fox for 4 hours, they passed the extremely long riverbed and ran down for 2 more hours before slowing down. Eventually, the snow fox stopped at a dark crevice. The crevice extended far away. Emo's spirit sense couldn't scan the end of its length nor depth. It was as if it was endless. The broadest part of the crevice was only 10 centimeters wide and the narrow parts were just a few centimeters. The snow fox stopped above the crevice and looked at Emo. Emo frowned. What do you mean? Do you want to go inside? Even though he was a nascent soul state cultivator, telling him to suddenly go in this dark crevice that was only this wide made Emo hesitate. Who knew if the crevice would suck him down endlessly? If it wasn't for the Golden Page world, Emo was sure he wouldn't be alive while being sucked through the swamp. Even with the Golden Page world here, who knew where he would end up? However, the snow fox nodded its head firmly. Guillermo didn't want to go in, but there obviously was no other way. So, he had no idea but to listen to the snow fox. Thinking about this, Guillermo released Zissou and said, "Stand on my shoulders and I'll take you down." The snow fox did so without hesitation, and Guillermo rode Zissou into the crevice. Guillermo was prepared to go into the Golden Page world as soon as there was something wrong. Just as Guillermo fell in, that powerful suction returned. The suction outside was nothing compared to this. Guillermo immediately knew things weren't good. He couldn't resist such suction at all. Even a cauldron-filling state cultivator wouldn't be able to keep his speed at such suction. It was clearly impossible to fly back up. This snow fox clearly didn't know there was danger in here and just wanted to get him to come. If this crevice was deep enough, then even if there was water or something soft at the bottom, Guillermo was sure that he would be dead for sure going down at this speed. Guillermo didn't dare to think and brought Zissou and Snow Fox into the Golden Page world inside. Guillermo saw extreme terror in the Snow Fox's eyes. Guillermo stared at it unhappily and said, "If I didn't have this, we would have died because of you." Every 4 hours, Guillermo threw out a surveillance formation disk. Until after almost a day, the Golden Page world finally stopped. Guillermo brought the Snow Fox out again, but what he saw was a huge black mountain. It wasn't tall, but it spanned out a few kilometers. It looked like a black dragon from afar. Guillermo was very disappointed. The space here was different than outside the crevice. This place looked like a few hundred square kilometers of area, but there was nothing else except the black mountain. Guillermo walked a few steps and suddenly felt something wrong. He looked down and found it was all human bones below him. They were everywhere and had turned black, too. Was this an ancient battleground? Guillermo kicked a bone and felt that these people must have been powerful masters when they were alive, or their bones wouldn't be around after so long. A storage ring appeared below him. Guillermo subconsciously picked it up and found that the storage ring itself was cracked. The things inside spilled out, and they were all dust. The storage ring was broken, but Guillermo knew that the storage ring belonged to a cultivator, at least cauldron-filling state or above. There were countless masters dead here. What was this place? Guillermo didn't know if he could go out. If he couldn't, would he end up like the bones here? Guillermo found tens of storage rings and countless, almost broken magic artifact. None of them could be used. Guillermo sighed. If these master storage rings were fine, then he would be wealthy. Guillermo walked as he kicked. He was thinking, what if there was a storage ring that wasn't broken? If it did exist, would he get the belongings of an ancient cultivator? What Guillermo didn't expect that there really was a clank under his foot. Guillermo looked down and immediately saw it, a disc-like thing. It didn't seem to be broken. Guillermo rejoiced. Clearly it wasn't an ordinary thing to not be broken. Guillermo picked it up immediately. This thing probably fell out of a storage ring. The storage ring was broken, but not this. Guillermo grabbed it and felt a cool sensation. Before he could check it, he felt goosebumps on his skin. It was extremely uncomfortable. Before Guillermo could understand what was going on, he felt his head become very tired. There was a voice in the depth of his sea of consciousness telling him to leave. Hearing this voice, Guillermo really wanted to go as far away as possible, but 3-birth chant that was always running automatically woke him up. Possession? Guillermo immediately realized that a soul was bound to the disc. Guillermo was furious. How dare he try to possess him? Without hesitation, he used 3-birth chant to the extreme, and an almost invisible soul appeared in his sea of consciousness. "Get out!" Guillermo yelled, and the soul was immediately forced out of Guillermo's sea of consciousness. "What cultivation method is this?" The soul was very shocked. "That does not concern you." Guillermo released Miss Lotus Heart Fire. Guillermo was extremely furious. He wanted to burn this soul to dust. Heaven Flame? The soul saw this Miss Lotus Heart Fire and screamed out. "Don't burn me! I'll tell you what the formation disc is. It's from before the immortal realm existed." Heaven Flame? The soul saw this Miss Lotus heart fire and screamed out. Don't burn me! I'll tell you what the formation disk is, it's from before the immortal realm existed. Emo dazed, this thing in his hands was a formation disk? It existed before the immortal realm? What bullshit was this? Huh! Emo was dazed by this and didn't notice his Miss Lotus heart fire. It swept towards that soul. The soul after all these years was already feeble and now was annihilated by the Miss Lotus heart fire. Emo patted the thing in shame and said, You really can't withstand a burn. My flame just tapped you accidentally and you died. If the soul heard this, he would jump up and curse Emo. Although he was a soul, he was once truth realization state peak stage. His power was immense, and after all these years when he was about to dissipate, he could even possess a body condensation state cultivator, much less a nascent soul state cultivator like Emo. But little did he know Emo had a cultivation method like the three-birth chant. He couldn't stay inside Emo's sea of consciousness. He had no resistance to Emo in Emo's sea of consciousness. Emo didn't really care, it was a soul that tried to take his body. He looked at the round disk again. It was still very cold. What was it made from? How could it be a formation disk? There were 7 slots on the disk. He was a formation great master himself, and knew what a formation disk looked like. This thing had nothing to do with formations. But then again, the soul didn't need to trick him. Just when Emo wanted to study it, he heard the snow fox call. He immediately threw the formation disk into the golden page world and looked at the snow fox. What shook him was that the snow fox was biting that black dragon-like mountain. Are you crazy? Emo charged up and grabbed the snow fox. Then Emo released it, and the fox fell back on the mountain. However, the fox kept clawing at the mountain. Emo looked dazedly at the black mountain that was slowly clawed open. Below it wasn't black, it was a green color like the bitter bamboo. A faint herb aroma came from the huge mountain. Herb King's spirit range? Emo blurted out. The snow fox nodded back while busying about. I finally understand, this really is the Herb King's spirit range. Emo then went on the mountain and started clawing away the black top of the mountain. More green appeared and more herb aroma was emitted. Stop! Emo suddenly thought of something and ordered the fox. The fox stopped this time and looked at Emo. You can't claw it anymore. If this huge mountain is completely revealed, people would be able to find it after following the aroma. Then it won't be ours, Emo said as though he was telling a friend. Emo was very shocked. He didn't expect there to really be the Herb King's spirit range in the Great Joe Mountain, and in the depths of the earth at that. If he wasn't being hunted by 2 hollow spirit state cultivators, how could he find this place? He was sure that the aroma outside was not herb aroma but this. No wonder the aroma could pass so far away. But Emo wondered why the aroma only appeared during midday. We have to move this spirit range away as quickly as we can or we might attract more people, Emo said, and then began thinking of ways to move this into his golden page world. He didn't expect the news Xingda's grandpa got was really correct. But even if her grandpa found this, he wouldn't be able to take it away. Ordinary storage rings couldn't hold it at all. Only his golden page world could hold it. Emo threw out formation flags. The only way he could shift it into his golden page world was using the transmission formation. Emo had past experience of collecting spirit ranges, so as he threw down the formation flags, a huge rumbling sounded. The spirit range moved, and as more formation flags were thrown down, the louder the rumbling sound got, until the entire spirit range was moved into his golden page world. The 2 hollow spirit states above the swamp suddenly stopped and looked very confused. The herb aroma is gone. The hollow spirit state middle stage dazed and said. Marshall Brother Jean frowned. We've been looking for Emo these few days and have been able to smell that herb smell. It must be a high-level spirit herb. It's denser at midday. How could it be suddenly gone? Could it be due to that Emo? The hollow spirit state middle stage cultivator nodded seriously. I think it might be, if only we kept the insects at the bank. They must be here for that ancient herb garden now. Now that the herb aroma is gone, Could it be that Emo found the herb garden and moved it all away? Marshall Brother Jean frowned for another moment before shaking his head. It shouldn't be just that. I feel that there's suddenly something missing from the swamp. Now that you say it, I really feel like that as well. It seems to be missing life force. The hollow spirit state middle stage cultivator nodded. Marshall Brother Jean nodded with certainty. That's right, it seems to be missing some life force. This swamp has become very ordinary, even a little dead. Marshall Brother Yao, let's leave here first. Even if Emo wants to leave here, we won't be able to guard it. Marshall Brother Yao nodded. They had been searching for Emo for a few days, but he was nowhere to be seen. It was best to inform the sect first. After Emo brought the Herb King's spirit range into the Golden Page world, he immediately went in with the Snow Fox. Emo found in surprise and joy that the withered bitter bamboo was now vibrant again. It was on par with what it looked like on the World Mountain. Emo found that the black color on the Herb King's spirit range had completely fallen off like the bamboo, showing a crisp green color. It was probably the chi of the bitter bamboo forcefully removing the black color of the Herb King's spirit range. Spirit chi immediately filled up the Golden Page world. There was life force everywhere. Emo knew his Golden Page world was incomplete, and it was good that spirit herbs didn't die here. It was very hard for them to grow, but with the Herb King's spirit range, it seemed all the spirit herbs regained life force and seemed very lush. Such a powerful Herb King's spirit range! Emo took a cold breath in. Was this a middle grade, top grade, or extreme grade spirit range? The Golden Page world was already this good before it had complete laws. If his Golden Page world formed world laws, wouldn't it be the best cultivation world? Emo quickly found a place on the Herb King's spirit range to start cultivation. As soon as he used the 3-birth chant, he felt countless spirit chi rushing towards him. Emo felt that every hair gland on his body was oozing with comfort. Huge spirit chi whirlpools appeared before his head, growing bigger and bigger as the bitter bamboo released more and more powerful chi. This was not ordinary spirit chi, it was countless times more royal than that. It was a spirit chi that could cleanse one's spirit. Emo didn't have to worry about foundation at all. When Emo woke up, he had already broken through to nascent soul state level 6. So powerful! Emo exclaimed again. He didn't even eat soul essence pills. If he found the spirit marrow ground Shan Bingfeng spoke of, then with all he had, he would progress like crazy. Emo got up. He got the Herb King's spirit range now so he could leave, but immediately he began to frown. Where could he go? The suction force here was so powerful. He wasn't able to leave at all. Emo got up. He got the Herb King's spirit range now so he could leave, but immediately he began to frown. Where could he go? The suction force here was so powerful. He wasn't able to leave at all. Thinking about this, his head began to ache. Although he got the Herb King's spirit range, he couldn't stay here forever. Suddenly, Emo looked at the formation disc he had thrown in. It didn't seem like a formation disc, but the soul said it was a formation disc. It was something that even the immortal realm didn't have. Emo sneered, this clearly was bullshit. Since when did the cultivation realm have something that the immortal realm didn't have? But then Emo calmed down. His Golden Page world and bitter bamboo might not be in the immortal realm. It said that there would only be one bitter bamboo since he got it. How could the immortal realm have it? Emo wasn't sure if there would be small worlds like his Golden Page world, but according to the creator of the primordial chaos chant Mengqian, this Golden Page world wasn't ordinary. The immortal realm might really not have it. However, these were special things. What was special about a formation disc? This was made by humans. Wait, Emo suddenly remembered the soul's words. Don't burn me, I'll tell you what the formation disc is. It's something that even the immortal realm doesn't have. Time. Time what? Is it? Emo's hand shook and almost dropped the formation disc. He thought of time. Was this a time formation disc? If it really was, then the immortal realm really might not have it. But is there really something like the time formation disk? Emo began feeling excited. If it really was a time formation disk, then even if he couldn't use it, he would be enlightened about the field of time from it. His future would be unimaginable. He planned to go out originally, but now Emo gave up on the thought, instead sitting down on the spirit range to study this formation disk. This was really different than the formation disks he usually made. Its formation theory and formation points completely toppled Yemo's knowledge. Yemo couldn't even tell what material it was made from. Yemo couldn't even recognize that this was a formation disk, much less tell what level it was. He gradually sunk his mind into it, as though seeing a new haven for formations. After a long while, Yemo sighed. He felt this formation disk was too complicated. He could only touch a very small part of it. There were 7 slots. Yemo thought about it, and inserted 7 top-grade spirit stones into them, but there was no reaction. Yemo took it out and put 7 extreme-grade spirit stones there. He only had 15 extreme-grade spirit stones altogether. Without the bitter bamboo, he wouldn't be able to break through to nascent soul state level 7 in a few months, even with the Herb King's spirit range. These few months were under the acceleration of the time formation disk. Yemo didn't know how much time had elapsed in the outside world, but he didn't have any more extreme-grade spirit stones, or he would be able to keep cultivating. Even without the time formation disk, Yemo was sure he would be able to reach nascent soul state peak stage in less than 2 years, cultivating next to the Herb King's spirit range and the bitter bamboo, but he didn't have that much time. Qingxue was waiting in the Pill City and Luoying would come to find him as soon as she finished solitary cultivation. He had to go out first. Yemo thought if he wanted to save time on cultivation, he would need to utilize this time formation disk. Didn't that mean he would have to gather extreme-grade spirit stones everywhere? Extreme-grade spirit stones were too precious, and this time formation disk ate them like a pig. Where could he find that many? Yemo soon looked at the Herb King's spirit range below him. He couldn't put it into the formation disk slot, but he could set up direct spirit formation. Yemo started making formation flags, and in a few days' time he made tens of formation flags. He then put the formation disk on the Herb King's spirit range and started setting up spirit attraction formations around the formation disk. There were 7 slots, so he needed 7 spirit attraction formations. It was no pressure for him, but what he worried about was if the formation disk would activate. On the 5th day, Yemo finished setting up the formation and threw down the controlling flags. 7 beams of spirit chi shot into the 7 slots of the time formation disk. The next moment, the formation disk began to spin. At the start it was slow, but soon it spun faster and faster. Yemo rejoiced. He knew his method had succeeded. He didn't want to think much and began cultivation. Break Tiger Pill, Soul Essence Pill, Blue Carrot Pill. These didn't mean anything to Yemo now. While he devoured spirit chi like crazy, he didn't hesitate to use these pills either. Yemo had completely forgotten about time. He didn't even know his Herb King's spirit range had shrunk greatly. Yemo had completely forgotten about time. He didn't even know his Herb King's spirit range had shrunk greatly. If he saw that the Herb King's spirit range was getting smaller and smaller, he might stop immediately because comparatively, the bitter bamboo was the basis for his cultivation. Without the Herb King's spirit range, the bitter bamboo would be dead. Cultivation was timeless, and even in the time formation disk, it was like that too. Yemo felt his cultivation essence had reached a peak and couldn't increase anymore. He suddenly opened his eyes. He was nascent soul state level 9 peak stage. Yemo was shocked at how long had he been cultivating. Yemo was initially overjoyed, but soon he didn't have any of that feeling. He saw that his Herb King's spirit range had shrunk by nearly 20%. Yemo was sure that although he needed a lot of spirit chi, he didn't need this much. It wouldn't even be 1% of the Herb King's spirit range, and that would be enough for him to reach nascent soul state peak stage. Without question, it was due to the time formation disk. It must be so much more effective to use the Herb King's spirit range to power the time formation disk, and the time difference ratio would be much higher. But he only had one Herb King's spirit range. He quickly put away the spirit attraction formation and the time formation disk. If he continued like this, it won't be long before his Herb King's spirit range completely disappeared. If that happened, how could his bitter bamboo survive? The Herb King's spirit range was precious. But it was fine if it disappeared, but there must not be any dangers with the bitter bamboo. Guillermo felt that he had spent at about 3 years in solitary cultivation, maybe a bit less. He wondered how much time had passed outside. Guillermo used a few cleansing spells on himself and learned that he was about to face divine damnation. He had an ample amount of hollow meridian pills. As for where to face his divine damnation, he hadn't thought of it yet. He needed to find a way out first. He thought that he had been below the crevice for at least a few months, and those 2 hollow spirit state cultivators must be gone. When he came to the crevice again, he only saw a large empty place. There was much less life force here due to the Herb King's spirit range having been taken. He subconsciously released Zisu and tried flying. The powerful suction force was still there. Guillermo was sure that with his current power, he wouldn't be able to fly up. Reach hollow spirit state was the only thought in Guillermo's head. He knew that he still wouldn't be able to fly up after reaching hollow spirit state, but hollow spirit state was more than 10 times stronger than nascent soul state. Guillermo started setting up spirit gathering, lightning attraction, and lightning storage formations. After he ate the hollow meridian pill, he even picked a bitter bamboo leaf and put it in his mouth to prevent having the heart demon tribulation again. Guillermo relaxed a little upon seeing that the lighting bolts were still baby arm sized. It was the same size as when he broke through to nascent soul state. He wasn't scared of this when he was golden core state peak stage, much less now. He released Zisu and hacked out with purple sword rays. Guillermo had experience now. When facing the divine damnation, he couldn't use illusion cloud or it would be less effective. Crack, crack, purple lightning exploded around Guillermo. Guillermo blocked 5 of the first wave with Zisu while the remaining 4 landed on Guillermo. With the 3 birth chant, he completely devoured them. Guillermo could feel his power increasing drastically. Guillermo felt this divine damnation had bolts of the same size, but it was much more powerful than the golden core state divine damnation. Even so, the first wave didn't faze him at all. Then, the second and third wave fell. However, the second and third wave were a bit thicker than the first. Rumble, 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 crack. Guillermo hacked away nearly 10 bolts, but the rest still fell on him. Guillermo was injured a little, but he still devoured the remaining lightning. The 4th wave didn't fall and seemed to be in preparation. Guillermo didn't move. The spirit gathering formation formed by tens of millions of spirit stones was enough for him and formed a mist around him. Even so, he didn't take out the octagonal cauldron. He knew that the more lightning bolts he devoured, the better. If he blocked them with his octagonal cauldron, he wouldn't benefit as much. The sky grew even darker and a few small lightning sparks cracked occasionally, as though signaling more powerful lightning. At the same time, the cultivators outside were all shocked. Even hollow spirit state cultivators were thinking that they wouldn't be able to block the first 3 waves. It must be a powerful being going through divine damnation. You're tuning into the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.